This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Looking live at Robert Kalsu Stadium. As you'll see here in just a moment, the beautiful Robert Kalsu statue that we have in front of Del City High School. We'll show that to you here in just a moment. Hello again, everybody. I'm Colton Fleetwood, alongside our producer, Jacoby Brosi, camera operator, Cedric Brosi, and associate student producer, Blake Unruh, who's doing a great job tonight. And Gordy Jones will join me up here in the booth here in just a moment. He's down on the field, and we'll have head coach Robert Jones for an interview here momentarily. But it's a pleasure to have you here tonight. It's the home opener for the Eagles as they will take on a team that has become, well, kind of a rival to the Eagles in the Booker T. Washington Hornets. And, just kind of going back and looking at the history between these two teams over the last, since 2018, these two teams have played each other every year. Whether it's been in the playoffs or the regular season, they have always met. In 2018, Booker T. Washington, 27-8. beat Del City. 2019, Del City bounced back with a 33-7 win. And in 2020, Del City lost 15-13. 2021 lost 39-26. And then Del City won 3 in a row from 22, 23, and 24. Two of those in blowout fashion. Last season, 33-0. But the story for me is Booker T. Washington last season, after getting beat by 33 to the Eagles, they bounced back and actually won 9 in a row. Made it to the postseason and made a pretty good run. Had a heck of a battle with Guthrie. That's when they were finally eliminated. But last season, if you look at what they did, their first game, they lost to Muskogee. This season, they've bounced back and beat Muskogee to start the year. So Booker T has revenge on their mind tonight against the Eagles, and Del City looking to get a big bounce-back win after what happened to them last week. Of course, losing to Edmond Memorial 35-0. We saw some signs from Del City, I think, on the defensive end last week. There was a lot of positive there. The offense just was unable to get things going, hoping for different results here tonight. And just keep in mind, Del City, they didn't look back last season after losing to Edmond Memorial. So that could be something to really look into tonight. But for Del City, you'll see probably two quarterbacks here tonight. I think you'll continue to see Quincy Hill back there and Devion Sims back there as well, with Rickland Holmes and Caleb Blackwolf in the backfield. And that's where this game's going to be really important. Del City has to be able to establish the run. We'll get into more of that here in just a little bit whenever we get Gordy up here for our keys to the game. We're going to take a break real quick. When we come back, we're going to have head coach Robert Jones with Gordy Jones on the field. So stay with us. You're watching Del City Eagle football on the Oklahoma Sports.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Loading onto our conveyor belt is incredibly low stress and easy. The conveyor belt can fit vehicles up to 96 inches wide, so even dually trucks can fit. As you approach the tunnel, use the large red balls as a visual to guide you onto the belt. Slow your vehicle down and follow the prompts on the screen. No more worrying about damaging your rims and tires with an old-fashioned chain and pulley system. Try it out and love your ride.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, God hail, call Cantrell.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us.
This is why you need our number in your phone.
This could be you!
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. Colton Fleetwood and Gordy Jones with you. Gordy's still on the field, waiting for Coach Jones. They're running their warm-up still. So we are going to go ahead and get to our starting lineups for tonight's game. And our starting lineups are brought to you by our good friends and the returning DC Transmission. We welcome them back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. Tom Fisher is a Del City graduate, and he has been serving the Del City community for 48 years. He's reliable. He's the guy you need to see. If you have any car trouble, DC Transmissions in Del City is the guy to call. Give him a shout, 405-677-7454. Again, that's Tom Fisher at DC Transmissions for our starting lineups tonight. Offensively tonight for Del City, you are going to see, like I said, Davion Sims and Quincy Hill both in the quarterback position. And in the running back field, you'll have Caleb Blackwolf, you'll have Ricklin Holmes. You might even have a little bit of Walter Franklin, who took some carries last week, and he's a guy to look out for at receiver, as well as Josiah Chester, the junior. Those are some of the big standout guys who will be getting the football tonight. Down on that offensive line, you got to look at both the Daniels, Arnico and Arion Daniels. Both those guys seniors. They carry the offensive line and really get them where they need to be. On defense for Del City, last week we saw an emerging player in Caden Johnson at safety. Made some plays. Look for him to make some plays again tonight. Nicholas Holmes, both sides of the ball, but he, as a defensive back, is crucial for the Eagles' success. And, of course, Ricklin Holmes and Caleb Blackwolf will also pitch in defensively. But the guy who really stepped up last week looked really good, Draquan Wright. I think he's making a name for himself as a Del City Eagle. He'll be in there starting on the defense as well. That's your DC Transmissions starting lineup, key players for tonight's game for Del City. Looks like the Eagles are heading to the locker room now, so Coach Jones should be making his way towards Gordy, and we'll be able to send it down on the field, hopefully, momentarily. While we're waiting for him, I want to give another shout-out and just to mention that if you have not already, be sure you download the Oklahoma Sports Network app on your Roku device, your Apple device, or any device that you have, quite frankly. It's free. You download it, and you can actually watch every game, not just Del City, but everybody that's within the network. It is all free. You can also watch it on demand as well. So make sure you do that. You can download it on your phone and do it. I do it for myself. I go back while I'm broadcasting the games, and I check scores from around the state of Oklahoma. So the Oklahoma Sports Network app, make sure you download it. Looks like we're waiting on Coach Jones here. Gordy's going to try to chase him down. I think Coach might have forgot. So Gordy's going to try to have a player chase him down real fast. First home game. There's a lot on the mind of a head coach. This is a huge football game tonight, like we said, against Booker T. And this Booker T, this team, I mean, they're hot. Last season, like I said, won 9 straight after they played Del City and lost in blowout fashion, 33-0. Kind of caught people off guard, I think, when Del City did that. Everyone was expecting a really tight, competitive game, and Del City put it on them really good. So this year, it looks like Booker T has revenge on their mind. Eagles need to bounce back from last week. So still looking down the field, looking for Coach Jones. Don't see him yet. Gives us a second to talk about it. If you have not seen the statue that is down there on the front of the field of Robert Calsu, you want to come to a game and check that out. That is a beautiful statue right there at the entrance when you walk in, and we got a video of it. We'll show that to you here in just a moment. Coach Jones is starting to make his way towards Gordy, so we'll be able to send that down to him here in just a moment. All right, Gordy, looks like you got Coach Jones. Sorry for the delay, folks. Took us just a minute. Give us 1 second here, folks. We'll send it down in just a minute. Gordy and Coach Jones actually know each other pretty well, so they're going to have a quick conversation off the mic, and then we'll send it down. All right, Gordy, down to you.
All right, thanks, Cole. Gordy Jones here with the Oklahoma Sports Network, here with Coach Robert Jones, the great Coach Robert Jones. First of all, Coach, thank you for your time. I appreciate the moment.
Absolutely.
Coach, first question, going into this week, coming off of last week's win, what do you think? Are there any pregame jitters with the players? How do they feel coming off of last week's?
You know, last week was a real humbling experience as a coach,
right.
First and foremost, because it always starts with the head coach. Like, we had a couple of situations that kind of hindered us a little bit. We had 3 sophomore offensive linemen, so that was just a real intense moment for them. And then our starting quarterback, Sarah Overton's out for the first 3 weeks, so that kind of hindered us a little bit, but that's not an excuse. We can't turn the ball over, first thing and foremost, and we can't have penalties. Those were 2 things that killed us. So coming into this week, we've been really focused. Man, we had a great week of practice. We got after it. This has been a great series for us against Booker T. We understand what they bring to the table athletically, so we know we got to come out and play physical football. We know that we can't turn the ball over, and in saying that, we got to create turnovers. And our record, when we create 2 turnovers and have 3 sacks defensively, our record's been real high percentage-wise on the win portion. So we got to come out and create turnovers, get sacks. And offensively, we can't turn it over. And then we got to get the ball to our playmakers, Rickland Holmes, Caleb Blackwood, and Josiah Chester. We need to get the ball to them often and early to see where we can go from there.
That's a good question. I was going to lead in one of my questions, Coach. I was going to ask you, the players besides Rickland and besides, Blacks, what are other players that you are looking for to stand out that might make a difference in today's game?
Josiah Chester. Josiah Chester, he was a sophomore last year. He had like 600 yards receiving. He's really taken a real leap of growth in the offseason, summer pride. He's put a lot of work in. I think that today people are going to really see the kind of player he can be, not only offensively but defensively as well, because he's starting at cornerback for us. So, and we kind of amped up our conditioning because we got a lot of guys starting both ways. So we have a lot of role players as well. We do have those big-time players like Rickland Holmes, Caleb Blackwood, Josiah Chester, but we have some guys, Quincy Hill, who started quarterback for us last week. We're going to move him back to receiver, and he'll play some slot receiver for us, so that'll allow him to show his skill set in a different motion. And then Nicholas Holmes, he played a lot of slot receiver, hit cornerback for us, but we're going to really focus on him just being a cornerback today because Booker T has some great athletes, and we really want him to man up on that outside receiver that they have that's committed to Tulsa.
I understand.
Yes, sir.
It kind of lead me to another question. Playing against Booker T, and we know the history of the program. Over the time, like the last 6 years, you guys have developed sort of a rivalry with this team. Is there anything that gives you that extra oomph and that extra motivation to play a team like Booker T Washington?
Well, Booker T's been a rival for me personally since I was in high school because I played against him when I was at Carl Albert. This would be, the last 5 years, we beat them 4 out of 5, and that's a testament to what we have brought this program. But we always know that they're going to we got to bring our A game versus them. And, my mentor, Coach Rose, always told me, you need to schedule people tough in non-district so it can prepare you for district. Ed Memorial was a tough 6A matchup for us, but it got us prepared for this game. So as hard as it was and as humbling as it was to lose Ed Memorial, I think that loss and the things that we went through and all the corrections that we have, we'll be able to see it versus Booker T. And this is just a historic program. They got great athletes. They're always going to push you. Every time Del City and Booker T play, it brings out a lot of people. This is a state game of the week for Cox TV, so it's a great opportunity for our community, for the people of Del City to be able to see where we're at and to be able to show that we're a good football program. We're going to continue to be good.
We know you are.
Yes, sir.
Coach Jones, it's an honor always to talk to you.
Yes, sir.
Story program with Del City, of course. And like I was going to say, how do you feel going into a game like this personally as a coach?
Man, I feel, I've been effed up. Whenever you lose, it's tough that whole week. You're trying to stay off social media because you don't want to see all the rankings and all that. But just personally, we put a lot into the Edmund Memorial. But I'm growing as a coach to know that even through your losses, you can find some ways that you can grow as a program. Our ultimate goal is to prepare ourselves for district so we can be a district champion to put ourselves in a good seating for the playoffs. So last week was a great experience for us, and this is another great experience. This is number 2 team in 5A. So we want to be one of those top programs consistently year in and year out. We got to come out here and play in these big-time games to be able to show what we can do.
I understand. I know you're going to have them ready tonight, Coach.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I said, thank you for your time, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you,
I'll see you later. You have a good night.
Yes, sir.
Back to you, Coach.
Thank you, sir. Good job, Gordy. Great interview down on the field. Thank you to Coach Jones. We'll come back here in just a moment. As we're signing off here for our first commercial break here, we'll let you take a look at the beautiful statue up front of Robert Kelsey. 17 minutes to go till kickoff. Del City and Booker T coming up here shortly from Robert Kelsey Stadium on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the Works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Loading onto our conveyor belt is incredibly low stress and easy. The conveyor belt can fit vehicles.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
this looks like you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. Folks, we're going to take a moment to let everybody kind of tune into this. Deshaun Chatham passed away during the offseason, and we want to remember and honor him, so there's going to be a moment of silence, and we are going to be quiet for that.
Please give a moment of silence for Deshaun Chatham. Thank you. At this time, please rise for the playing of our national anthem. Please give it up one more time for the Del City High School Marching Band. And let's give special thanks to the Del City High School ROTC, Commander Amari Price, Boyd Beck, Reynaldo Cortez, and Kylie B. Miller.
All right, that was good. And kind of wanted to touch on that, Gordy, if you don't mind for 1 second. JJ Jaden passed away, obviously, during the offseason. And, you know, I didn't ever really get to talk to him a whole lot, but I heard a story last year from John Kilty that I stuck with me, and I wanted to tell it. John last season used to go through the hallways, and he would talk to the players, and he would always come on the air and talk about JJ. And one of the things JJ used to always say is, hey, when you say my name, you got to put a little extra oomph on it. You know, you got to, when you say it on the air, it's got to be JJ Cheatham. You know, he used to get on John about that. So kind of showed you the personality that JJ had. And our condolences obviously go out to him, his family, all of them. That's just a terrible situation, but we'll remember him. We'll honor him this season on our booth, and, of course, on the field, these players will all honor him as well. So wanted to make sure and mention that. Gordy, let's go ahead and let's get to our keys to the game that will be brought to you by Precision Nutrition of Del City. For all your nutrition needs in one shake or tea, come to Precision Nutrition at 4603 Southeast 29th Street in Del City. I got to tell you, Gordy, real quick about Precision Nutrition. Those teas and shakes, they're good.
I definitely want to try it.
Yeah, you want to try. They're good. I'm telling you right now. Sorry your mic wasn't picked up, but now there we are. All right, what are our keys to the game, Gordy?
Well, as far as looking forward to the Precision Nutrition, let's give you the 5 keys to the game. Sorry about that, Cole. I only got 3 keys to the game this evening. This is brought to you by Precision Nutrition of Del City. The first thing that comes to mind, Cole, the first I thought about a song in my head I couldn't get it out of. They said no one on the corner has swagger like us. Swagger. The main thing that they got to get back to is just playing that Del City Eagle football. You know, Del City, I mean, we already know they have a numerous amounts of athletes. The one thing I think about Del City, they're so cool. They always got swag. Just get that swagger back, you know, get everybody back involved, especially those receivers. Like Coach Jones said, you know, about Jordan Hawkins. There are other receivers that they want to get involved in the game. Like I said, get that swagger back, get that confidence going. Forget about what happened last week, and let's just get back. And that brings me to my second point, and my second key to the game will be confidence. There's nothing to fear out there. Let's be aggressive. Take pride on defense and tighten up in the red zone. That'll lead to success, you know, especially against a team like Booker T. They're going to be looking to score quickly. And so, like I said before, have that confidence going in. Offensive line, just protect and push. You know, do everything that they can to make sure and give that quarterback the amount of time and give those runners the amount of space that they need to spread the ball throughout the field. Last point that I got to make, last week is history. Get it out of your head, get it out of your mind. But if you can't, use it as fuel. You know, that's every time I have ever lost a game or even didn't do that well in a game, I just use that as motivation to go into that next week. So use whatever happened last week, put it into it, use it as fuel, use it as motivation for that game, and I guarantee that can lead to success on the field. So that'll be my 3 keys to the game. So that'll be Gordy Jones' keys to the game, brought to you by Precision Nutrition of Del City.
Man, I like that last one that you just talked about, because I was actually going to ask you about that. As a former player and a coach, I mean, that is, whenever you lose a game really badly, you know, and I've heard a couple different coaches talk about this, but it is so difficult the next morning because you just think about it all night. You don't sleep, right, and you think about it all the next morning. And then when these kids go to school, everyone's asking them about it. So have you ever been in a situation like that, Gordy, as a coach, as a player? And
several situations, Cole. It's crazy, like, You're thinking about it all weekend, of course, and then that Monday you watch, you know, usually it's on a Saturday for most, you know, guys out there. They watch and film on Saturday. So you kind of go through all the, you know, the ups and downs and all the things that happened that, you know, didn't go the right way or that you didn't go the way that you wanted them to. But it's the Monday that you're kind of thinking about, you know, looking everybody in the eye, especially if you're playing a rival team. I remember one time we played the Midwest City Bombers, you know, going to school that next Monday. You know, it was just like, oh, man, I felt like I let you guys down. But more than anything, it was just like, man, I just couldn't wait to get back to practice, you know, so we could basically tighten up on everything that we just missed, you know, so we can kind of get back to having that camaraderie. A lot of times when people lose big games or when they just lose games in general, they start to kind of point blame at themselves, starts, you know, point blame at other players and start to use, you know, different excuses. But the main thing is like, you really want to get back to the lab. You just really want to get back to practice and tighten up on all those mistakes. And that way, like I said before, you kind of prove to yourself like that you were what you thought you were before you entered the game. And that's just really what it is.
Yeah, and it's last season it was funny because Del City lost them Memorial the exact same way. I mean, Mr. G, the principal, and I were just talking about that. It was the exact same game almost. Del City was shut out. It was 35-0, same exact score. It was just kind of weird. It was almost like deja vu in a bad way last week. And so for Del City, though, last season when they played Booker T the very following week, they really put it on them, 33-0. And so it went from 1 week, everybody in the state of Oklahoma was talking about, well, Del City, they're about to have a down year after being so good the year before. And then they flipped that switch like that. So it can happen very quickly for Del City if they're able to turn around and get a big win tonight against Booker T Washington. So we are waiting for both teams to take the field. I did not see a coin toss. Gordy,
I haven't seen a coin toss yet. I haven't seen one yet. So I'd say it looks like they're getting ready to walk out now.
Yeah, I haven't seen any. Here comes some Del City captains. There we go. So we'll kind of monitor that. Gordy will watch the coin toss. I want to tell everybody one more time. if you would, make sure you download the Oklahoma Sports Network app. Like us on Facebook. We're also showing the games on YouTube, which is cool. I get on YouTube. Gordy's going to help get on YouTube some, and we're going to look at the chat feed during the game and live. And if you say something that we like, we'll put you on the air.
Please.
Give us a shout out on there. We'll give you one back. And then at halftime, we're going to have the new Del City basketball coach up here for an interview. So looking forward to that.
Looking forward to meet him.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got some cool stuff for you tonight up ahead. And then obviously one of the best games in the state of Oklahoma tonight. Looking forward to what Coach Jones said, Gordy, down there in the field, that we're going to have Davion Sims at quarterback tonight.
Yes.
They're going to try to get Quincy back at receiver, try to add some depth and some strength there. That was the plan all along. And then, of course, Sincere Overton will be back after next week. He's got to sit one more, in 2 weeks. We're off next week. So that's what we'll have. So here comes the coin toss here. Nicholas Holmes, one of the captains, Josiah Chester, and Caleb Blackwolf are the three that will go out and meet for the toss. We do not have a microphone down there in the field, so we'll watch it, wait for the signs. The other captains for Del City on the field right here tonight, Arion Daniels, number 55, number 8, Donovan Dominguez, and number 54, Arnico Daniels, and number 1, Ricklin Holmes. And if you hear the band playing in the background, get used to it. When you play Booker T. Washington, you will hear their band pretty much the whole night through. And I'm not complaining. They're actually really good. They are one of the better bands that you'll see.
They had a pretty good show last year, I saw.
Yes, they are really good. The coin was just flipped. Referee's having this conversation to decide who picked what. I will point out there's not a lot of wind. Very brief wind going from north to south, it looks like. Del City will defer to the second half. Booker T will get the football first. Del City will be kicking from left to right on your screen. They'll be kicking straight towards the south end zone. So when we come back here, folks, we'll have football for you. It is Del City versus Booker T. Washington on the Oklahoma Sports Network when we come back.
Loading onto our conveyor belt is incredibly low stress and easy. The conveyor belt can fit vehicles up to 96 inches wide, so even dually trucks can fit. As you approach the tunnel, use the large red balls as a visual to guide you onto the belt. Slow your vehicle down and follow the prompts on the screen. No more worrying about damaging your rims and tires with an old-fashioned chain and pulley system. Try it out and love your ride.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. Just about ready for kickoff here. Del City will be kicking from left to right, and they will be kicking into the south end zone against Booker T here tonight. And want to give a shout-out to our new public address announcer here at Del City. It's Michael Stewart. Michael Stewart and I actually go way back. Michael and I, we were talking beforehand. We haven't seen each other in a long time. We recognized each other, and then immediately it clicked. We actually worked together. My first time ever broadcasting, Gordy, was with the Oklahoma City Bounty Hunters about 12 years ago. And he was the public address announcer for that team back then in those days. So
nice.
It was cool to see him again. We shared some good memories together with that team.
I bet. I can imagine.
Some interesting ones, to say the least. So it is cool to have him back aboard as our public address announcer. And so Booker T's receiving team takes the field, waiting for Del City's kickoff team. Gives me a moment to talk about our wonderful kickoff sponsors. It's the Del City Chamber of Commerce. The Del City Chamber of Commerce where they are the trusted resource for advocacy, education, and engagement to help you improve your business. Get in touch with the Del City Chamber of Commerce to help build your business in a good way for Del City. They are our kickoff sponsors for tonight. And kicking off tonight is the Swiss Army knife for the Eagles. It's Rickland Holmes.
Mr. Do-It-All himself, Rickland Holmes. So impressed, like I said last week, watching Rickland. I can't wait to see what he's able to do today.
Del City wearing their black uniforms with red numbers, black helmets, black pants all the way through. Booker T, orange pants, white jerseys with the orange numbers and orange helmets. The ball fell off the tee. Boy, the wind picked up right after I said it wasn't really blowing super hard. It was blowing hard when we walked in today. It slowed down, and now here it goes. It's actually picked up pretty good here. So a little bit of wind. Hard to tell. Gordy, can you tell which way that flag's blowing? Is it blowing to the south?
Yeah, a little bit to the – it looks like almost to the west. Yeah, almost southwest.
Yeah.
Almost southwest.
There's the kick. It's a high end-over-end kick. It'll be returnable inside the 5-yard line by Booker T. And Del City has a lot of guys there to corral him. Can they bring him down? They can at the 12-yard line, and that's where Booker T will start their possession. Not good field position. Great kick coverage for the Eagles.
Great kick coverage. I mean, the way they started out, getting down the field quick, and I like that. I mean, can't ask for a better position for the kicking team to start off with.
Davion Durham was the kick returner for Booker T. He is one of their top athletes. They want to get him the football in space as much as possible. He is a speedster. Quarterback for Booker T will be Levi Brooks. Levi has a pretty good arm. Watched him in warm-ups. More accurate than strong necessarily, but he can get the ball where he needs to. He's an experienced quarterback, and he really knows how to get the job done. Del City's going to have to rush the quarterback well tonight in order to throw him off his game. He's out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to the right. Takes the snap. Del City stops the run. It was a handoff to the left. It's a loss of about 1.5 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Couldn't see who was on that tackle. Let me see. This looked like Jalen Andrews on that stop right there. Good stop.
Yeah. All right, 2nd down and 12 coming up for Booker T. Washington. Del City showing a 4-man defensive front. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Brooks calling his play at the line of scrimmage. Takes the snap. He pitches it to the right. To the right, it's Rickland Holmes and Caleb Blackwolf. Nowhere to go. They combine to take him down for another loss. It'll be 3rd down and about 15 coming up for Booker T. Great defense on both plays so far, Gordy.
Breaking out. The only thing I saw breaking out quickly is Rickland and Blackwolf.
Yeah, you're all right.
So I was trying to hear over the announcer. I'm sitting here listening to the announcer. Sorry. Blackwolf and Rickland able to get there quickly on that edge.
So now this is where Del City needs to bring the pressure. 3-man front for Del City. Brooks going to send his running back in motion to the left. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Del City showing blitz. Does not get there. Man over the middle. Almost intercepted. It's batted down. It'll be 4th down in coverage. Number 21 for Del City, Jamari Johnson.
Love the way Johnson came up on that pass. Deflection. That's what we need, especially to get them 3 and out.
Well, you got to love seeing some young players for Del City. Another sophomore coming in and making a play. 4th down, and right off the bat here, Booker T going to have to punt out of their own end zone. Let's see if Del City comes after it here as Nicholas Holmes and I think Caleb Blackwolf are the 2 back to return it. A little bit of a high snap, a quick kick to the right. It's a poor punt that'll bounce out of bounds. I think it's a 30. Depends where they spot it. That ball was line drive spiraling straight to the right.
Not quite the kick you're looking for, Cole, but we'll take it right at the 30, almost at the 28-yard line, near the 30. But love the way the defense came out. That 3 downs, got a tackle for loss. The way Holmes, the way Blackwater ripping down on that corner end, had a deflection by Johnson. I mean, just good defense all the way around. Let's see what these guys can do on offense.
Simmons at quarterback for the Eagles with Rickland Holmes in the backfield with him. Coming in motion is Franklin. Hands it off to Rickland Holmes, and Rickland's going to be stopped for maybe a loss of 1 yard. The defensive end came right off the far side and was able to sniff that play out untouched to make the tackle. We do have looks like an Eagle down on the play. Tackle was made by number 21 for Booker T. Washington. It is Jeremiah Perry.
You're my Perry.
Trying to see who the Eagle is that is down. He's down on his stomach. It's an offensive lineman for Dell City. While he's down, we'll hope he's okay. We'll take a quick break. We're just underway here. 10 minutes left to go in the opening quarter. No score. Eagles have it at the Booker T 31-yard line on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Loading onto our conveyor belt is incredibly low stress and easy. The conveyor belt can fit vehicles up to 96 inches wide, so even dually trucks can fit. As you approach the tunnel, use the large red balls as a visual to guide you onto the belt. Slow your vehicle down and follow the prompts on the screen. No more worrying about damaging your rims and tires with an old-fashioned chain and pulley system.
Try it out and love your ride.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. The injured player for Dell City who's being helped off the field by a couple of the Eagle coaches. Number 56, Ricky Roberg. He's the sophomore offensive lineman. Hate to see that. Really struggling to get off the field, lower extremity. So hopefully he's okay. Wishing him the best here. Dell City was second and 11. 10:02 left to go in the opening quarter. And Simmons in the backfield sends Rickland Holmes in motion to the right. Gives a trip to the right. Takes the snap. Quick pass out here to Josiah Chester. That was a backwards pass. According to the officials, that's going to be a huge loss all the way back to the 49-yard line. It was batted down at the line, and I think that whoever batted it down did a good job because it was apparently a backwards pass.
Couldn't see who batted that down, Colt, but unfortunately, just a backward pass. Just gives him.
Well, now they are going to have a conversation about it. And they're going to call it an incomplete pass. I think it was the right call.
Good. Wasn't really sure. Couldn't really tell from this angle, but.
Yeah, it was tough to tell, but it looked like it was a forward pass. I'll tell you, I mean, if it was a backwards pass, that defensive end got back there in a hurry because that ball was batted down pretty quickly. So it's still 3rd down and 11 for Dell City. Simmons out of the shotgun, 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Look to your near side here for Josiah Chester as Rickland Holmes going to come in motion from right to left. Takes the snap, does Simmons. 4-man rush. Under pressure. He's going to take off and run up the middle. Gets stopped. And fumbled the football at the 27-yard line. Who came up with it? Booker T says they have it. If the Eagles are back on, it'll be 4th down. And it is. It's 4th down. The Eagles will have a decision to make here. I'd imagine you probably go for it inside the 30.
Nice run by the quarterback. Unfortunately, put it on the ground just a little bit, but luckily Dell City's able to come away with the fumble recovery.
So with it being 4th down and let's call it 6, about 5.5. Dell City needs to get the ball to the 27-yard line. Play clock at 20. They've got plenty of time. Trying to get the right call in here, waiting for the signal. Dell City has 3 receivers to the right. It's Black Wolf and Chester, 2 of them. Quincy Hill also out there. Rickland Holmes goes in motion to the right. Takes the snap to Simmons. Back to pass. Throws over the middle. It is caught. It's Quincy Hill, the quarterback from last week, making a catch for the Eagles, and that puts them into the red zone for the first time this season. First and 10, Del City, and it's in the red zone, brought to you by our good friend Tamara Bail Bonds. Have you missed the ball on paying a ticket? Call Bail Bonds from Tamara.
Great catch. I love it. I love it. Quincy Hill, quarterback last week, like you said, Cole, able to bring one down in the middle. Great pass by the quarterback. Putting Dale City in great scoring position right here in the red zone. Let's see if we can get it done.
Now this formation, look at this. Up tight here. Black Wolf going to take a direct snap. Hand it off to Rickland Holmes. Rickland is stuffed initially, bounces it outside. Gets a block from Black Wolf. Rickland Holmes. Touchdown, Del City. The first score of the 2025 season and a great start for the Eagles.
Great job, great job, great job. Couldn't ask for a better carry. Rickland Holmes gets a little bit stuffed up in the middle, but able to spin out, break his way, make his way out to the end zone. Great run, great move by Rickland Holmes on that one.
And Coach Jones, I don't know if you saw, he came flying out to the numbers celebrating. He was pumped up about that. You get a big defensive stop to start the game, and then a score right after that on a big fourth down conversion. The extra point here going to be attempted by, let's get the number, the kicker. You got it?
I think we got Jordan Ely, number 30.
Thank you, sir. Jordan Ely, you are correct. Snap back, kick up, kick. Good. Del City's first score of the 2025 season, goes to Rickland Holmes. We'll be right back with Del City leading at 7-0 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. Del City scores. It's 7-0, 7:51 in the first quarter. About to kick it off. The kickoff sponsor, of course, the Del City Chamber of Commerce. Rickland Holmes will kick it off after scoring the touchdown. And boy, I got to tell you, Gordy, we'll get a scoring recap here in just a moment, but Del City last season, that looked reminiscent to what they've done the last 2 years.
Right.
Just getting a stop right off the bat on defense, 3 and out, and then going right down the field and scoring, and just absolutely taking any bit of momentum the other team has right away out of the gate. Here's the kick. It's a high end-over-end kick. Again, a good kick. Inside the 5, it's muffed into the end zone, and it is a touchback. Keep in mind, high school rules. High school rules are different. Again, that's just for player safety. Gordy, let's go ahead and get that scoring recap from you.
We'll give you our scoring recap. Thanks, Cole. Brought to you by Madison's Country Cooking. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, this week, come to Madison's Country Cooking at 4747 Southeast 29th Street in Del City. Say the code word football and receive 10% of all purchases. Again, the word is football, and the place to be is Madison's Country Cooking in Del City, Oklahoma.
Got to tell you, they actually changed the code word on us. It's first down. You're okay. First down. You're all right. First down.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I think they would probably give it to you at football, too. But make sure you say first down, and you'll get it. Yeah,
first
right.
down.
We're getting it. Rickland Holmes going to bring some pressure in on Levi Brooks. He's having to roll to his right, and he actually – did that ball get caught? It did not. It's incomplete. Almost a spectacular one-handed catch, and Levi Brooks did a good job to get away from the pressure to get outside and make that ball even deliverable to the outside, at least 2nd and 10. You know, Madison's Country Cooking's food is actually fantastic, by the way. If you haven't eaten there before, make sure you take up that offer and just tell them first down. That way you can get that 10% off and enjoy that country cooking. 2nd and 10 here for Booker T. Del City showing a 4-man front. Brooks back to pass, going to throw a quick bubble screen out to the right side. Del City does a great job getting off blocks, bringing him down short gain of about 2 yards. And we'll have to check the number. It looks like Nicholas Holmes on the tackle.
Good job. Good tackle by Nicholas Holmes. They got it out to Farley pretty quickly, got Holmes on the run. But, shoot, he was there as quick as possible.
The early indication to me, Gordy, is that Del City looks a lot faster.
Right.
In the early going. Last week, didn't see that. This week, we're seeing Del City look a lot faster in the early going here at this ball game.
Seeing everybody fly to the ball, which is great.
3rd down and 9. Del City with a 3-man front. 2 receivers to both sides for Booker T. Del City going to show blitz. So far, not getting there, but now it does off the end. It's a sack. It is Gylan King on the sack, and I think that's his first sack of the season. Another 3-and-out forced by Del City.
Great job by the defense again. We're able to crash down on the quarterback. Again, like you said, King able to get through and get his first sack of the year. I love the penetration by the defensive line. Made it really hard on the quarterback to even look around, but they crashed down on him so hard, able to get that next 3-and-out. Good job by the Del City defense.
Nicholas Holmes and Caleb Blackwolf back to return. Del City looked as if they might come after the punt. They will not. It's another poor punt, but this one will actually take a hornet bounce and get past the 40 and just kind of sneak its way to the 41-yard line. Good field position again for the Eagles. Can they score again? We'll find out. Gordy, let's just talk about what we're seeing defensively for Del City. Right now, Levi Brooks looks uncomfortable back there. Del City's getting pressure, and their secondary does not look to be getting beat whatsoever.
Not at all, Cole. I see the speed that we have with the defensive backs. That's the difference. The main thing, you can see the receivers aren't even able to get any space whatsoever. Like you say, making it hard on the quarterback to even look around. But they're trying these quick plays to try to get the defense moving around a little bit. But Del City is so athletic. They're just not giving up any room on defense, which is great for us.
Davion Simmons going to come out. 3 receivers to the right. Rickland Holmes back in the backfield with him again. Going to hand it to Holmes. Holmes sidesteps a couple tackles, pushes his way forward up to the 36-yard line.
Great blocking by the offensive line.
2nd down and 5 coming up for the Eagles. 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's 7-0. Play calls, Gordy, that's one thing that we'll monitor throughout the season. They seem to be getting in a lot quicker from the sideline. And I think that's with the addition, Coach Shields, Coach Ganther, Coach Cox, some of those guys, some new titles to their coaching position. Of course, adding Coach Kevin Cox, the Oklahoma Bears head coach, actually, from the Semi-Pro Football League. Direct snap to Black Wolf. Black Wolf running right slowly, waiting for his blockers to set it up. Does a good job. Gets the first down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Eagles moving the ball.
Another great push by the offensive line. Getting Black Wolf out on that edge. He was able to kind of be patient and follow his lead blocks and able to get that first down for Del City.
You can almost see that Booker T early in this game already some confusion. They're looking at each other. A couple guys had hands on hips, and we're early into this football game.
They're looking around, kind of wondering. They're getting hit so fast. Del City's kind of using up and mixing up the play calling, which I love. Got them going different directions.
Del City with a tighter formation, and they're going to actually get an illegal motion, I believe. I think they're going to get Draquan Wright on the left side. He was lined up as a tight end, and he was playing off the line of scrimmage, and then he came down and actually played in front of the left tackle. That was the reason for the flag, I think. He was covered up by the left tackle. Is that what you saw, Gordy?
I couldn't tell if they were calling a false start or not, but now I see. They're actually going to move him back on this one.
Usually on an illegal formation, they'll go ahead and let the play run.
Right.
So I think you're right.
So he must have been,
He must have been a false start. I think you were correct, actually. But either way, it would have been a penalty because he was covered. So
I thought the same thing.
Del City now, 1st and 15, backed up. Simmons takes the snap, misdirection, handoff to Holmes. Holmes has some room, gets a block from Chester, runs over one tackler down to the 21-yard line.
Rickland Holmes making him pay. I like it.
Davian Durham is a fantastic athlete, but, man, the size advantage, let's just call it 5-0 there with Rickland Holmes on him. But a good job. I mean, that's a tough player there for Durham, sticking his nose in there and making the tackle. It's 2nd down and 4 here for Del City.
Rickland Holmes able to get a majority of those yards that they lost back.
Chester in motion, running a jet sweep to him. Here comes Chester, gets a block from Quincy Hill, and I think he's going to scoot his way forward after cutting it up to the 18-yard line for an Eagle first down.
I like the reverse. But unfortunately, Chester tried to cut it upfield right at the perfect time. The blocking just wasn't there, but they were able to get that first down, and that's exactly what they needed.
We are back in the red zone again here, Gordy.
Our red zone brought to you by Bail Bonds of Tamara. Have you missed the ball on paying a ticket? Call Bail Bonds by Tamara at 405-200-5110. 15-plus years of service in the community. So if you ever need any bail bonds taken care of, make sure and call Tamara at Bail Bonds by Tamara. That's 405-200-5110.
Black Wolf again back there playing the Wildcat. He's going to take off running to the right. Del City has to take a timeout. Coach Jones not happy about it at all. So they were clearly not lined up correctly. It'll be first down and 10 in the red zone for the Eagles when we come back, leading it 7-0 with 3.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. You're watching Eagle football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. First down and 10 from the 18. Black Wolf takes the direct snap. Rolling out to the right side. Gets a block from Rickland Holmes. Inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. He's forced out of bounds. And my goodness, those two guys are a 1-2 punch. One of them has the ball. The other's blocking for the other. And that's pretty.
One after the other. We're seeing a 1-2 punch, like you say, called from Black Wolf and from Rickland Holmes. The main thing I remember from last year is Black Wolf almost put the team on his back, with the amount of carries that he had. I mean, just such a great runner. But when you got a 1-2 combination punch like these guys, it's undeniable.
Black Wolf again, this time straight up the middle, pushing his way, pushing his way, pushing his way. Is he in? No, just shy. Inside the 1-yard line, it'll be second and goal.
Tough run by Caleb Black Wolf. Nudging his way to get in there. You can tell that he really wanted to get into that end zone. I mean, it's nothing like reaching that promised land, Cole.
And Del City wanting to get to that promised land fast. Caleb Blackwolf won that play call. He wants to run it again. He wants to take this one to the house. He's going to get another opportunity, it appears. This time they're going to switch the line to the right side with Rickland Holmes and a couple blockers back there. Direct snap, running right. Blackwolf stuffed initially. Second effort, into the end zone. Touchdown, Del City. Caleb Blackwolf.
Touchdown by the Del City Eagles. Nice push by Caleb Black Wolf. He wasn't giving up on that one, Cole. He was getting in regardless. He was not taking no for an answer that one.
He wanted the promised land, like you said, on that one, and he got it. So Rickland Holmes and Caleb Black Wolf are the two first scorers of 2025 for Del City. In for the extra point, going to be Jordan Ely, the senior kicker. Made the first one. Let's see if he can go 2 for 2.
Jordan Ely with the extra point attempt.
10 seconds on the play clock to get it off. Plenty of time. Snap back. Hold down. Kick up. Kick. Good. 14-0. Del City leads. We'll be right back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
This looks like you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light. You think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
Back with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 2 minutes and 16 seconds left to go in quarter number one. The Eagles lead it 14-0. Rickland Holmes about to kick it off. It's a Del City Chamber of Commerce kickoff. We'll get you a scoring recap after the kick. It's a line drive kick that's end over end. That'll bounce at the 5 into the end zone for a touchback. Booker T will take it out to the 20. Gordy, take it away. Scoring recap.
This scoring recap, Cole, we're up 14-0, and this scoring recap is brought to you by Madison's Country Cooking. Remember, for breakfast, lunch, or dinner this week, come to Madison's Country Cooking at 4747 Southeast 29th Street in Del City and say the code word, first down. And you receive 10% off all purchases. Again, the word is first down, and the place to be is Madison's. I mean, Colt and myself, we're excited about the country cooking at Madison's. I mean, golly, just sounds so good.
I think Rickland Holmes and Caleb Blackwolf, both those scoring recaps for both of them, they are going to be represented well, Madison's will. Brooks will take the snap. Play action, throws over the middle. Ooh. This ball is almost caught, then almost intercepted by Caden Johnson, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down and 10, and a Booker T receiver is actually shaken up on the collision. Boy, it was a good collision. Caden Johnson closed on that quickly.
Closed up quickly. I would really love to see any of the safeties coming down like that. You could tell Caleb, he just didn't give him any space to catch the ball, and as soon as that ball hit that receiver's hands, he was right on top of it. The athleticism of these D-backs is just unreal.
So we'll have to wait and see what the injury is here. 2 minutes and 11 seconds left to go in the first quarter. I know we've taken a lot of breaks, but we're actually going to keep it here. Looks like, we're going to keep it here. He's starting to get to his feet, which is great news. Trying to catch the number to see who it is. I think it's Durham, I'm pretty sure. And hopefully just got the air knocked out of him. But, Gordy, so far, what I'm seeing, and I'm sure you're seeing the same thing, I mean, again, Del City looks to me to be the much more athletic team.
Right now, I mean, we all know what we have with the Del City Eagles. What we really didn't know a lot about was what Booker T was going to come with, and, of course, they have athletes as well, but it's just overall the speed of the Eagles right now, swarming to the ball, getting on the blocks, on offense. The offensive line is getting a great push, and, of course, Rickland Holmes and
Blackwolf, you're all right.
Blackwolf. Controlling the game with the run. I mean, just keeping it out of reach at the point. Oh. Unfortunately, we got an offsides here. Looks like Daquan, right?
Yeah, hard. Good hard count there. We'll get that free 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 now for Booker T. Follow-up question to what you just said. When you're playing a team that's a lot more athletic, it's more important now to run the ball more than ever, right?
Right. It makes it almost seem like all those gaps and all those schemes, kind of close up fast on you, especially when you scheme on a team like this. You just use your speed to your advantage, and that's just pretty much just not giving up any space.
They're going to run a quick curl route to the right side. High pass that's caught. It'll be complete right at the 30-yard line. It was Keenan, I believe Feary is his last name, who makes the catch, or Farley, Keenan Farley, who makes the catch for Booker T. Washington, gets the first down to the 30.
Great tackle by Nicholas Holmes on that one. I love the tackling and just the overall coverage that I'm seeing out of these cornerbacks and out of these safeties tonight. Just a lot of confidence, you could tell.
That's the first down for Booker T. Low snap, able to corral it. Does a good job, does Brooks, of being able to corral it, then hands it off. It's a loss of about a half a yard. It'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Defensive
line not giving up any space. I love how we're just closing in. The first person I see the ball, Devin Joseph. But once, our first initial contact, we just get everybody, all hats to the ball. Del City defensive line, Del City secondary, everybody's just doing really good right now, not giving Booker T any room to breathe.
Del City running that 4-man front, and those 4 guys are winning the line of scrimmage as of right now.
Right.
Brooks having trouble getting comfortable back there. Takes the snap. He's back to pass. Has time. Going to throw a deep route to the right side. It's well covered, and flags are going to come out. They're going to get a pass interference call, and it's going to be called on Basil Gunter. Boy, I don't know. I mean, I'll say this. He did not ever locate the football, Gordy, but he did not appear to make a lot of contact either.
That's what I was just going to say, Cole. It doesn't really look like he didn't do anything out of the ordinary, anything wrong. But just the technique, the only thing that he didn't was just turn that head and look back. I think the only thing is, like you say, just show contact. Now is it. But, well, so we see what they got here. We'll see the Del City defense line up. Unfortunately, I wouldn't say it was a bad call, but just for these D-backs out there, just make sure and get that head turn. Just a quick turn. Just a quick turn back will get you safe.
Booker T, they're confused offensively, don't know what they're doing here, and they're going to snap the ball, and the referees are going to go ahead and kill the play, call a false start.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, you could see that the Booker T sideline was still communicating with their receiver, and the receiver
not quite set. Not quite set. I think it was so much motion and commotion going on everywhere.
You know, back when I played, Gordon, I'm sure it's the same for you. The receivers would get the call. They'd run it into the huddle.
Right.
Nowadays, teams run so much no huddle, you get baseball signals almost from the sideline. And so I'm not sure what the confusion was there, just trying to run a guy on late or what. But it results in a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 15. As we're talking about that, Del City having to rush some guys onto the field. Back to passes, Brooks. Boy, he just never looked comfortable. Didn't look like he knew where he wanted to go with the football. And he just has to throw this one away. It'll be 2nd and 15.
After a long timeout, I guess you could say. But, I mean, they had the right play call. They thought they did. But just looks like Brooks just didn't have anywhere to go. Just kind of looking out into la-la land. But he just didn't have anywhere to go. Receivers all covered. All the D. I mean, we had a lot of bunch on that side of the field. But everybody was covered up. So he just tried to, hit that hole where he could. But unfortunately came up with an incomplete pass. But good for Del City. We got 2nd and long.
Almost looked like Booker T was maybe, or at least Levi thought it was supposed to be a screen of some kind.
Right.
His receivers were running routes downfield. Takes the snap again, back to pass. This time he'll throw it out right. That's actually what I think he was trying to do on the 2nd down play, and a good tackle there. Picks up about 4. It'll be 3rd and 11. Tackle by Gunter.
Good stop by Gunter. Another good stop by Gunter. I like the way he's moving around. You can see him going from side to side. There's no stepping back. Nothing but tackles for losses for this guy today.
3rd and 12 coming up for the Hornets now. You'd imagine they'll be putting this ball in the air. This is getting to the spot in the game. 46 seconds to go in the first quarter. We're still early, but with you trailing 14-0, the Hornets need a play here. Levi Brooks will send his running back to the left. He'll have trips left, 2 receivers right. Del City with a 3-man front. They're going to rush 3. Brooks back to pass. Has time. Throws right side. It's caught. Just shy of the marker. And the receiver, Farley, tried to make a man miss and went forward. I think he's just shy of the 1st down marker. Brings up 4th. And let's see where they mark it. It's going to be 4th
just
and 2.
Short. Looks like the speed of Black Wolf. He was able to get there just right before he was able to reach that 1st down marker.
Yeah, they'll put it at the 47-yard line. They needed the 45. The Hornets will go for it. I think it's a no-brainer here. This is a big play early in the ballgame. 15 seconds to go in the first quarter. Clock is running. Booker T does not have to snap this football. If they don't want to, they might try a hard count. Del City, 4-man front. Brooks with the hard count. And that's exactly what they're trying to do here, I think, is get the hard count with 1 second. That'll do it. First quarter comes to an end. When we come back, the Hornets will have a huge 4th and 2 in Del City territory. They need to pick it up. They're trailing 14-0. Del City looking great early here. We'll be right back for quarter number 2 on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us. This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot.
Back with you here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's 4th and 2. Robert Kalsu Stadium making a lot of noise here on the home side. Their first home opener. The fans are fired up. This is a big play.
Got the 4-man front again. Let's see if these Eagles can get a stop on this defensive line.
Rickland Holmes is lined up on the far side as a linebacker. I would imagine he's going to be charging in. Caleb Blackwolf lined up right behind him as a safety. There is a tight end to the right side of the line of scrimmage and the left. Levi Brooks going to go in motion. It's going to be a direct wildcat, and the snap is missed. Goes back to the 38, picked up, scooped up by Washington. Washington fumbles it again. Del City has it. Blackwolf with the recovery at the 33. Oh, the Eagles are cooking tonight.
Can't ask for a better stop by Blackwolf. I mean, recovery fumble, but just a bad snap call, unfortunately. Just killed the Booker T. Washington offense on that one. They tried a little trickaroo, motioning Brooks out, and they tried a direct snap to the tailback. Unfortunately, just that bad snap was able to get past him. One thing you never want to do is when you pick up that fumble is running backwards. He was trying to find some field room, just unable to get to it.
Man, the Eagles, every time their offense has taken the field, they've had great field position. They're going to have it at the 33-yard line, And so now, need to give a shout-out to our first quarter sponsor. I missed that. Our second quarter sponsor. It is Whataburger, our good friends over at Whataburger here. Simmons out of the shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 1 man in motion, hands it off to Rickland Holmes, and Holmes is stuffed in the backfield. All kinds of Hornets in there. And real quick, I need to get back to Whataburger real quick. Our second quarter sponsor is Whataburger of Midwest City. They're our first half sponsor, I guess I should say. They are the one located in Midwest City off of 15th Street. They welcome you to come by after the game to get a free medium French fry with any purchase. You can go in there and order a large Coke. You're going to get a free medium fry. All you got to do is just say that you are with the Del City Eagles and the Oklahoma Sports Network sent you. It's only good on game day, only at the 15th Street location. It's Whataburger. 2nd down and 12 for the Eagles. Simmons out of the gun. Takes the snap. Back to pass is Simmons. Hasn't thrown it a lot early. Throws it to the right side. Caught by Quincy Hill. His second catch. It's a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. In fact, I think he may have only picked up a yard on the play.
Maybe just a yard or so. Able to get it out quickly, the quarterback did, but unfortunately just a little bit of tackle for a loss. But I like the way the quarterback is getting the ball out. That's the main thing. We're getting a little bit more time than we did last week. Quarterback is throwing with a little bit more confidence, as we can see.
With it being 3rd and 11 here, Gordy, do you put the ball in the air again, or do you run it knowing you're going to go for it on 4th down?
I'm going to go ahead and put it in the ball. I want to put it in the air just to see if I can get just a few yards closer to that 1st down marker.
Look at the formation here. Quads to the left. Now Rickland will back up into the tailback position. 4-man rush coming from Booker T. Simmons back to pass. Steps into the pocket. Completes the pass. Over the middle. Spinning at the 26-yard line. It's going to be just shy of the 1st down. They're going to give him inside the 25, actually. Almost to the 24. Needed the 23. It'll be 4th down. Gordy, did you catch a number on the catch?
I got that, Caleb. I got Franklin on that catch. It was a really good catch by Walter Franklin. Like we said before, trying to get the ball out quickly to get close as possible to that 1st down. That way, now they get a shorter distance. I probably see them trying to get the run here. They have been pretty successful right up the middle, but great pass by the quarterback on that one to get that out to Blackwolf.
I think you're correct. As Blackwolf and Holmes are in the backfield, no quarterback. It's going to be Blackwolf to the right, keeps it, gets the 1st down to the 20, pushing the pile, still not going down, and now he'll go down at the 20-yard line. Great tough run from Caleb Blackwolf.
Great tough run. I love it. Love the offensive line push. I think that's one of the things that we saw last week. Offensive line wasn't really able to get a lot of push on those short distance runs, but tonight, offensive line has a lot of confidence, and they're actually the ones who are being the aggressor and pushing the defensive line of Booker T. Washington around a little bit.
Simmons back in the game here at quarterback, I think. No, he is not. It is Blackwolf still. Blackwolf this time hands it off to Holmes. Holmes was sniffed out immediately. He does a good job of actually getting back to the line of scrimmage because he was stopped back for about a 2 or 3 yard loss initially. They'll bring up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Choosing to stick along with the pistol again and go along with that run. I like the call. The only thing I was going to say is we just got to get a little bit more push on those. I think just the sense of urgency on that one. You can get a little bit lax when you get that first down after that, but you really got to keep that same drive going.
Now we've got Simmons back in the game at quarterback. Watch to the far side of your screen. It's Josiah Chester. They're going to send Rickland Holmes in motion to the left. Back to pass to Simmons. He did not see the pressure. He was drilled. Ball loose. Recovered by Booker T.
Unfortunately, oh my good. Farley came, nobody blocking that guy. Came right off the edge just a little bit too quickly. Like you said, called quarterback just didn't even see him coming. Unfortunately, put the ball on the ground with the fumble.
Huge hit from Keenan Farley. Like you said, Gordy came completely untouched off the edge right into the face of Simmons, and he put a huge hat right on the football and the rest of his body right on Simmons. That was a nasty hit. Simmons popped right up. Got to love the toughness of that at least.
He's tough. He's tough.
Yeah, that's a young quarterback right there. You know, we've talked about it a lot. Everybody's been talking about it in college football too. Young quarterbacks, you know, the game is going to go fast for you.
Right.
You're trying to focus on what your progressions are, and sometimes you just forget that you got a guy coming off the edge right at you. So
those corner blitzes, you know, you can only do them maybe a couple of times a game, but you know, when you got a corner blitzing like that, it's just works the way that they want it to work. They're catching those receivers. They're catching everybody, especially on those defensive tackles on the end, catching them off guard. So you'll see that corner blitz. We'll probably see it maybe 1 or 2 times again this game, but that's one of those things that has to be a timely call.
It's going to be a timeout for Booker T. Washington. They're still in this football game, only trailing 14-0, 8:26 to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Eagle football on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Welcome back. Colton Fleetwood and Gordy Jones with you. 8:26 to go in the second quarter. Del City leads it 14-0 over Booker T. Booker T has it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Levi Brooks takes the snap, throws a quick bubble screen that's batted down at the line of scrimmage, and guess who? It's Gunter again. Boy, he's having a night.
Again. I mean, Gunter getting through that line quick. I like what I see from this kid. I've already said it before. Just the quickness of it all. But when you see an outside linebacker like that getting through, I mean, you can't ask for a better coverage. But like I said before, Gunner able to get those hands up, get it quick, and bat it down.
As a coordinator, you know, with Levi Brooks, you can tell he struggles a little bit getting the ball out towards this near side, towards the Eagle sideline. I think if you're going to run that bubble screen, it's easier with a right-handed quarterback trying to throw it the other way.
Turning and let it go. It's just hard to respond to that, especially when you got receivers as fast as they do.
2nd and 10, back to pass, I thought, but he's going to hand it off up the middle, sniffed out again. One of the guys in there, guess who? Rickland Holmes. The other man back there, it's Devin Joseph, the sophomore.
Nice stop. Nice stop again by the defensive line. Like we said before, Colt, defensive line is kind of, I wouldn't say having their way, but they're able to stuff up all those holes and able to create a lot of commotion in the middle where they're just not giving any breathing room to the running game or the running back for the Booker T. Washington Hornets.
Booker T needs to get the ball to the 36-yard line. Right now they are backed up all the way to their own 24. 3rd down again. Booker T has yet to find any kind of rhythm on offense. They need a play. Again, Robert Kalsu Stadium making a lot of noise.
Look to drive about 5 guys back in coverage, try to not quite to prevent defense, but just sort of a nickel coverage just to make sure they don't get anything off.
They're going deep. Has a man open, but he's stumbling, and it's going to fall incomplete. He was looking for Jacqueline Jackson. he was open, but he just started stumbling in his route.
He had a step. Before you said, like, Brooks had a almost wide open, but unfortunately unable to get that over the top. Good coverage by the defensive backs on that one.
Was a little strange. Jackson never really looked for the football either. I mean, I know he's stumbling, but boy, you got to be looking for the ball, especially the way Del City's been able to put pressure on Levi. Levi's just trying to get rid of the football.
He's just trying to get rid of it. I know one thing, once that receiver gets past you, that panic mode sets in, and then the next thing you know, you're trying to chase after a guy that's already loose.
This time a much better punt than the first two. This one takes a good bounce. Black Wolf's going to field it as if he's a shortstop in baseball. Takes off running towards the Eagles sideline to the 45. Good return as he's hit hard out of bounds to the 49.
Ooh, Coach Jones down there fired up. We had a great return by Black Wolf, though. I mean, just showing the athleticism once again, able to get to the midfield mark, giving Del City again great field position to start off with.
Man, that is, I mean, that's just a big-time return because, like the thing is, if that ball just keeps bouncing,
right.
I mean, Del City, they're probably going to be backed up to the 20. Instead, Black Wolf scoops it up, picks up about a 30-yard difference in field position just on that play. So
that spin out was lovely. I mean, of course, again and again, that's what I love watching about this kid, Black Wolf. He just demonstrates the athleticism. You know, every time he touches the ball, he shows you something new.
Simmons with Holmes back in the backfield with it. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Takes the snap to Simmons, throws it backwards. This is a backwards pass. Tried to get it to Holmes. Holmes able to corral it. Now he's just trying to find a way to get close to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be tackled at the 45-yard line. Couldn't tell if the ball was deflected. Don't think it was.
Couldn't tell if it was. I couldn't tell from here. It looked like it just bounced off the top of Black Wolf's fingers. Unfortunately, I correct that. That was Holmes on that carry. But backwards pass. Habit had a little bit of room on that outside. Had he would have caught it, might have got it stuffed just a little bit, but good play call by the coaches. Just got to get that out just a little bit quicker and, of course, make that catch in the backfield.
So now second down, backed up to the 45. Booker T, right now, their defense making some adjustments, starting to keep them in the game. Some of it, the Eagles making a few mistakes here and there.
That's what I was going to say. Just need to relax and just make sure and execute the play.
And got a flag down. I think this is going to be a delay of game on Del City. That one took a lot longer to get that play call in. That's the first time tonight that's happened. It happened several times last week, Yordy, where Del City had a lot of trouble getting play calls in. It's been good tonight up until that point.
You almost made me forget, Cole, the amount of flags that we saw last week. It was definitely week 1, to say the least. But tonight, we got a really clean game. Hardly ever seeing those yellow flags. I like it.
2nd and 20 for Del City. They're at their own 40. They need to get it to the Hornet 40.
Down in distance. Let's see if they could just chop some of this yardage in half just a little bit.
Man-to-man coverage on the near side if they want it. Simmons going to drop back and pitch it to Black Wolf. Black Wolf going to cut it up. Has a pretty good gain. Flag down to the 45. Spins to the 47. I think that's coming back to make it 2nd and 30, though. I think we're going to get a hold on Del City. And we will. Boy, Del City going the wrong way.
Another hold, just a killer, unfortunately. That was a pretty good carry by Black Wolf. Once again, like we said, every time he touched the ball, this kid is, having positive yards, but not sure who that hold was on, Colt, but unfortunately, like I said, the ball has to come back.
Yeah, I think the left tackle, I'm pretty sure, is the one who picked up that call. The Del City offensive line, and I think that Nico Daniels may be who they got it on, actually, but it'll be 2nd down and 30. So now, backed up to their own 30, they need to get it to the Hornet 40. Long way to go. Now, how aggressive do you want to be? And knowing Coach Jones, he likes to be aggressive in these situations.
Got a lot of time left. I mean, especially when you got a team where you want them, basically, you're going to want to try something. You got a little bit of, I wouldn't say the advantage, but they have a little bit of an advantage with the speed. So I would probably look to go just like that last distance play that they had. Try to go get that ball to the middle of the field, get it out to your receivers. That way you can kind of create a little bit more space in there.
And Del City takes a timeout. I think that's a good timeout. 5:45 to go in the second quarter. Del City leads at 14-0. 2nd and 30. They got a long way to go on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our Ceramic Body Wax, give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. 5:45 left to go in quarter number 2. Del City up 14-0. Second down and 30. The Eagles coming out of a timeout. They've got one remaining. The Hornets have 2 remaining. We were just talking before we went to break, how aggressive do you want to be? We know Coach Jones, he likes to be aggressive. Simmons in the backfield by himself as of now. Got quads to the left, one receiver to the right. 2 high safeties for Booker T. Simmons the snap. It's a 4-man rush. Steps into the pocket, and he's going to be sacked. Held the ball a little bit too long. He'll be sacked at the 29-yard line. This brings up 3rd down and 31.
Had a couple of receivers open in that middle. Like we talked about before, I thought that they would try to, use those receivers in that middle, kind of utilize some space and kind of break those linebackers up a little bit. But unfortunately, the quarterback just held the ball just a little bit too long. Just got to get rid of that thing when you get a chance. But
so 3rd and 31, Gordy, if it's me, I'm going to be careful here. I might just drop back and hand this ball to Rickland Holmes and see what he can get for me. 5 minutes to go in the opening half here. Del City leads it by 2 scores. And your defense has played great. You don't want to give Booker T good field position. That's what they'll do. They'll hand it to Rickland. Rickland will run a couple guys over to get a few yards, and he brings it out to the 34-yard line where it'll be 4th down and a long way to go. So this will be the first time Del City punts tonight, I believe, and Rickland Holmes will be the one in charge of doing that.
Yeah, just run that clock down a little bit. See if you can get another good stop on defense. They've been playing really good, solid defense. So I really don't see them able to reach the end zone, but stranger things have happened.
And the one thing for Booker T that's keeping them in the game is their defensive line. This is a high end-over-end kick that's going to bounce at the 45. Takes an eagle bounce to the 35 and will roll down to the 32-yard line. So pretty good punt, like you said. That's where Booker T will take over at the 32-yard line. The Eagle defense has been really good tonight, but like I just said, maybe the one thing for Booker T, the saving grace, the thing that's keeping them in this football game is they had a great blitz they timed up to get a forced fumble when Del City was looking to go up 3 scores. And the second thing is their defensive line is able to generate pressure on Davion Simmons.
They have. They really have. They've been able to come through. Getting that pressure on Davion Simmons is allowing him, of course, to see what his receivers can do. It's a lot of pressure in that middle, of course. I mean, Davion Simmons, fairly tall gentleman, but seeing over that offensive line and trying to break out on the outside is just giving them a little bit of fits, trying to get, to those receivers a little bit more quicker.
Here we go. So Levi Brooks now, like we said, has not been able to get into rhythm. He's looking to do so now. Del City a 4-man front. Rickland Holmes coming on the blitz, throws it out, picked up the blitz perfectly. The ball was juggled. And, boy, you don't want to be doing that with Caleb Blackwolf coming at you. Hard hit. And it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Man, Blackwolf is all over the place. Able to lay the hat down on that one. I don't think the receiver wanted any parts of that one. That ball squirted out pretty quickly. Great tackle by Blackwolf.
Yeah, boy, Blackwolf had a lot of tackles last year. I don't want to say how many because I don't want anybody checking my stats.
But he was all over the place.
I will just say that was a really good play, and Blackwolf is all over the place, like you said, Gordy. Brooks back to pass, under pressure, throws it out left. Really high pass and good coverage by Nicholas Holmes. Did you see him turn his head around to locate the football?
He did. I love seeing, Holmes. The coverage was good. The one thing I want to say, especially as a former D-back, is go get that thing. If you can get your head fast enough around, you can go locate that ball. Could have came up with an interception had he kind of get that head around just a little bit quicker. Like I said, as soon as you see that receiver kind of break out, you want to turn around and look just a little. You want to just give a little peek. That way you can know to put yourself in position to, possibly make a turnover.
3rd and 10 for Booker T. 4 minutes to go in the half.
Scores in 6-8-2.
And Booker T might just go ahead and take a timeout here to try to talk this over. They know this is a really big play for them. I think that's a smart timeout. That is their second of the half. We'll take a timeout with them. 14-0. Del City leads it with 4 minutes to go in the half on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim.
Back with you here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 3rd and 10 for Booker T. They're trailing 14-0 to your Eagles. Eagles defense has been really good tonight, looking to do something here to stop Booker T. Booker T desperately needs a play. Levi Brooks out of the gun, takes the snap. He's going to run to the left side. It's going to be a counter play to the near side, and Del City so disciplined, they're able to stop it. Black Wolf with the tackle. I was making sure there wasn't going to be a flag there for a late hit out of bounds. They did not call it. Nothing excessive. It's only a gain of 1. It'll be 4th and 9 with 3:40 left to go in the half. And it looks like Del City going to get the football back with an opportunity to potentially go up 3 scores going into the locker room.
Great. I don't know if that was a reverse counter play. I like the call, but unfortunately, no space. And good job by the Del City Eagles defense to get that stop. Caleb Blackwolf once again with that, great stop here on the sideline.
Back to receive this punt is Black Wolf and Nicholas Holmes. Good snap. Booming punt. This one a spiraling punt that's going to be received right at the 30-yard line. This is Black Wolf. Black Wolf to the left side to the 40, tries to cut back to the 45, up to midfield, right at the 50-yard line. 1st and 10, Del City. Man, Black Wolf is having himself a night, isn't he?
Having himself a great night. Great punt by the punter. First off, setting up Black Wolf to get himself right back to midfield.
Black Wolf's first step is so quick, so quick. And not only that, he's so physical whenever he does have the football that guys aren't super excited about going in to tackle him.
No.
And so you have to get low when you go in to make a tackle on a guy like Black Wolf or Rickland Holmes. And what they'll do to make you pay is they're fast enough to cut it upfield and make you look silly. So,
making the first guy miss, making him look silly, Cole, to say the least. But making that first guy miss every time.
Simmons with Rickland Holmes in the backfield, a receiver to each side. 3 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the half. Booker T shows blitz. Simmons does a good job, picks it up. Play clock running down to 5. Handoff to Holmes. Holmes goes right in between the guards to the 45-yard line. Pushes his way to the 43. A nice, strong run by Rickland Holmes. Gives Del City a good gain, and this makes it a 2nd and manageable here, about 2nd and 4.
Good field position.
2nd and 3.
Getting a lot of push up the middle, which I like to see. Offensive line is just getting stronger throughout the game.
They've done a good job in between the tackles, especially on the run game. It's been on the outside that they've had some trouble.
Right.
Simmons drops it. It was supposed to be a handoff. Didn't look like him and Rickland were on the same page. They're going to lose yardage back to the 46-yard line. It'll be 3rd and about 6.
Bad snap. First bad snap we've actually seen today. After last week, we had a few bad snaps, but looks like they got a little bit down. We're seeing a little bit of the quarterback more under center. But even in the, down distance, they actually had some really accurate snaps today. So I actually think the center's doing a really good job compared to last week.
Now let's see what Coach Jones wants to do here. 17 seconds on the play clock, 1:55 on the game clock. Let's see if Del City runs some clock off here with it being 3rd down and 6, just in case. You don't want to give Booker T back the ball. Doesn't look like that's on their mind. Simmons hands it off to Black Wolf. Black Wolf up the middle. Why would it be on their mind? Because Black Wolf is loose. Black Wolf up the middle to the 20, 10, 5. Caleb Black Wolf, touchdown, Del City.
Straight up the middle, Cole. I can't even tell you. I've barely even seen him going through the line. This guy is so quick. Goodness gracious. Caleb Blackwolf just doing it all.
Oh, that first step. And then he's able to just step to the side and take off up the middle like he's coming out of a cannon. Blackwolf's second score of the night. Del City up 3 scores. 1:35 left to go in the first half. And Del City needed this, Gordy. They desperately needed a half like this after what happened last week. They needed this for their own confidence, and now you can see it. You can literally see the glow off this Eagles sideline right now.
They got the fans excited, got the rest of the players excited. You see the coaches are even jumping up and down. I can't tell you how much we talked about like earlier in the Geese to the game. The swagger of the defense, the swagger of the offense, the offensive line. I mean, they can't be more satisfied with themselves, but Caleb Blackwolf, I mean, like we said before, we can't say enough about this guy, able to bust out one, but good job by the offensive line and by the Eagles offense.
Ely on the extra point attempt looked like he kind of looked like me hitting my sand wedge. Hit it nice and fat, and that ball only went about 3 yards into the end zone, so no good on that one. He's been good. Other than that, I think that one might have been actually a bad hold. I'm only joking about that, but it is 20-0 our score. We're going to stay with you here because we only have 1:35 left to go in the half. I want to give another shout out to our first half sponsor. It's Whataburger. Whataburger is one of my favorite places to eat, and I'm kind of embarrassed to tell you how many times I eat there a week, but I eat there a lot, and it's one of my favorite places. Make sure you go check them out. It's the one located in Midwest City, right at the 15th Street location. And if you go in after the game, you'll get a medium fry with any purchase. All you have to do is say the mascot is What a Guy and that Del City sent you from the Oklahoma Sports Network. You'll get a free French fry with any purchase that you get. So heck, all you got to do, get you a nice Dr. Pepper. You're going to get some free, delicious Whataburger fries at the 15th Street location in Midwest City. Just remember, it's only on game nights, and it's only in Midwest City. Now here comes Rickland Holmes, Del City Chamber of Commerce kickoff. Man, Rickland's starting to get himself a pretty good leg. This one bounces at the 20. This one's returnable. I think this is the first return since the opening kickoff by Booker T. Washington. Yes. Decent return. Davion Durham, he is probably their best athlete in space. Gets it to the 35-yard line. 1:31 left to go in the half. The Hornets have one timeout to work with, and I think they have to be aggressive here, trailing by 20. You really need to find a way to get some points going into this locker room.
1:30 left is quite a long time for an offense to move the ball down the field if that's what they choose to do. I would, myself as a coach, I would try to, like you say, try to get as many, points as I can out of this drive if there's anything possible. If I can get in field goal range, if I can get a score, that would be great. But if I can get myself in field goal range, being down by that amount of points, I think we look to see Booker T try to do something on this drive.
Levi Brooks out of the gun. 2 receivers right, 3 to the left. Trying to get himself in rhythm. Back to pass. Rickland Holmes was coming after him. He does a great job of completing the pass to the far sideline and getting out of bounds up to the 38-yard line. Man, Levi, I think he could feel, hear, just sense Rickland Holmes coming. He was able to get that ball off right on time.
He got it out quick, Cole. Can't even count the seconds he was able to get that out as fast as possible, but like you said before, Holmes is coming so fast at him, it's not even giving this quarterback any time to even think.
1:24. Sorry about that. My microphone got pulled away. 1:24 in the half. Brooks back to pass again. Del City bringing pressure. Oh, he got rid of it. Going deep. Got a man open through the hands of the receiver. It was Michael Washington. Best throw of the night. Oh, man. We saw a lot of drops last night with the Dallas Cowboys. That reminded me a lot of that.
Right through his arms. Unfortunately, the best pass hands down by Brooks this evening. Had a receiver, had the steps on him, had everything perfect. Unfortunately, ball went right through that arm.
Walter Franklin in coverage. He caught a break because that was a
huge
great
break.
Pass. Great pass. Sorry to bring up a sore subject, but Gordy and I are both Cowboys fans. We can joke, I guess.
Right. We got to. We got to be able to laugh at, the heart falls of the Dallas Cowboys.
3rd and 7. Brooks back to pass. This time has time. Throws it into the near flat. It's caught. Great tackle in open space.
That's what you want to see, Colt. That's what you want to see. I mean, Mr. Holmes on the job again. Great open field tackle.
Man, the Lobos are getting a player. They're getting a player for sure. It's 4th down and 2 for the Hornets. Under a minute to go. Clock rolling. And Booker T. Washington, I think the smart play here, making sure you don't give the Eagles back the ball. If it was me, Gordy, what I would do is I would run this play clock all the way down, 20 seconds off of it, take my last time out, then punt it away.
Definitely.
That way you get every single second off the clock you possibly can.
Right. They try to be aggressive, and like we, pretty much figured they would come out with some aggression on that drive. They try to deep ball, tried a few short passes, able to, get a little bit of yards. Ooh.
Snap over the head, and they're going to kill it. They're going to call the play dead. Going to be a false start. Boy, did Booker T catch a break.
Catch a huge break on that one.
That's why.
So that stops the clock.
That's why you don't want to do that, because then you get your teammates rushing. You don't want to be rushed whenever you're trying to punt the football. And so, luckily for the Hornets, they'll just back them up 5 yards. They'll get another opportunity to punt it away. 27 seconds in the half. They still have their timeout to work with. Now, no rush. You have plenty of time to kick this away. And now you have to be thinking, can we just try to kick this out of bounds? Don't give Caleb Blackwolf or Nicholas Holmes an opportunity to return this. Good snap. And a good punt to the right side. That's about as good of a punt as you want in that situation.
Great punt.
Bounces at the 33-yard line, where it goes out of bounds. Keeps it away from Blackwolf with 21 seconds left. Del City has one timeout. I would assume probably just run the ball here and get to half.
But once again, got to give shots to the Del City Eagles defense. We see a really great amounts of athletes on the field today on both sides of the ball. We didn't know what Booker T would come out looking like today, but what we see, one thing is that Del City's playing with a lot of confidence on offense and defense, but the defense is just flying around the ball. I mean, halves of the ball, great in coverage. D-backs and linebackers are just, getting through really quickly. Love what we're seeing today from the Del City Eagles defense.
Rickland Holmes in the backfield with Simmons. He's going to take it to the near side. He's got the hole up to the 40, spins off a tackler to the 44. Does Del City choose to take a timeout? No, but there's some extracurricular activity going on the sidelines here. Good job by Caleb Blackwolf to get in between it. That's a good leadership role right there as the clock is winding down. That'll take us to the break. Our halftime score, Del City 20, Booker T. Washington 0. And I'll tell you what, the Eagles, after last week losing 35-0 to Edmond Memorial, you heard a lot of people thinking the sky was falling.
Right.
The Eagles are showing you tonight they're just fine.
That's right. That's right.
So we'll take a break here, folks, at the half. Coming up at halftime, we are hoping to have an interview with new Del City Eagle basketball coach Chevis Smith. So stay with us. You're watching Eagle Football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Loading onto our conveyor belt is incredibly low stress and easy. The conveyor belt can fit vehicles up to 96 inches wide, so even dually trucks can fit. As you approach the tunnel, use the large red balls as a visual to guide you onto the belt. Slow your vehicle down and follow the prompts on the screen. No more worrying about damaging your rims and tires with an old-fashioned chain and pulley system.
Try it out and love your ride.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it. Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. Want to give a chance to let you watch and listen to the Del City Eagle marching band. So it's halftime here. Need to tell you about the sponsor really quickly. It's Madison's Country Cooking. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner this week, come to Madison's Country Cooking at 4747 Southeast 29th Street in Del City and say the code word first down. It's first down. If you say that word, you'll receive 10% off all purchases. Again, the word is first down. And the place to be is Madison's Country Cooking in Del City. That is our halftime sponsor, as the Del City Marching Band will take it over.
give it up one more time for the Del City Eagle Marching Band. Our outstanding performers of this week are Judah Dawson, Jesse Uriaston, Jose Aguilar, and Nasia Willis. Congratulations to the color guard as this section of the week. One more time for your Del City Eagle Marching Band.
Awesome job. Awesome halftime entertainment from the marching band there for Del City. Always a pleasure to get to hear them perform. We thank them for that. Halftime sponsor again, Madison's Country Cooking. Del City leads this game 20-0. And Gordy, you know, it's funny how sports work in general because, you know, we were just joking about it. Jacoby and I were our producer that, you know, just last week people were talking about, man, what happened with Del City? They're not very good, are they? Right. Same thing that happened last year. I heard it the very next day. So Friday night, I go home, I go to bed. I didn't think that much of the game. I'll be honest with you. Didn't really disturb me. Did last year, didn't this year. Woke up the next day, had to go to my son's baseball tournament, and all the parents were like, man, Del City, they must not be very good this year. And I'm like, well, let's not so fast, my friend.
Right.
As Del City leads it 20-0 over Booker T. Washington. And this Booker T. Washington team, like we said, I mean, they won 10 games last year. They beat Muskogee last week. That's a pretty big accomplishment in its own right. So Del City looking impressive here in the early going.
Talented team against Booker T. We could see, of course, like you said, Cole, the sky is not falling, and we know that for a fact. Del City Eagle football is still what it was before, and it still is going to be with the great leadership by the coaching staff and, of course, the star players that they have on this team. We didn't have any doubt that Del City would be back to normal. I think, Cole, like you said, you've seen everything that this team has to offer. And it's one of those things where when you have a loss like that, especially when you're going against an opponent like the Edmond Memorial Bulldogs, it's one of those things where you can just look at the game from that perspective and think, you know, a lot of different things that are negative about the team, but you can't really get too down on yourself. And all we know is that the Del City Eagles have came out with a little bit of more swagger today and able to show everybody, you know, exactly what they're capable of doing.
Yeah, and, you know, Coach Jones talked about it before the game with you that it's he's a more experienced and vetted head football coach now. And, you know, a few years ago, he would have struggled with a loss like that more so than he does today. He was still able to go back and watch film, he said, and kind of, you know, hey, compliment, these are the things we did well. These are the things we need to improve on, and just build off of it. Use it as fuel, as you said. And so I thought that was something that I heard in the pregame interview, and I knew that this football team was going to be good because Coach Jones had so much confidence in this team. So I knew that last week was just a tough matchup going against that team. And again, if you've not ever played football in the state of Oklahoma, it's there's a huge difference between 6A1 and 4A and 5A.
Right.
And so, like with Del City, for example, you know, it's not necessarily they don't have the guys. They've got plenty of guys, but they've got guys that got to play both ways.
Both ways.
Edmond Memorial has a guy at every single position that is really, really good, multiple guys that will be going to play in college football. So that's the difference between the two schools, plus the size.
Definitely.
More guys to choose from in the trenches, which was the big key. So
it's that depth.
Yeah, exactly. So 7 minutes left to go in the half. One more shout-out to our halftime show sponsor. That was for the Del City Fighting Eagle Marching Band. It's Madison's Country Cooking. And, again, if you go in there, don't forget, if you just say the code word first down, you're going to get 10% off of all purchases. So what is it, Gordy?
First down. First down.
So 6:50 left to go in the half. Del City leads it 20-0. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll start talking and ramping up for football in the second half of Del City football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
This looks like you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, God hail, call Cantrell.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Loading onto our conveyor belt is incredibly low stress and easy. The conveyor belt can fit vehicles up to 96 inches wide, so even dually trucks can fit. As you approach the tunnel, use the large red balls as a visual to guide you onto the belt. Slow your vehicle down and follow the prompts on the screen. No more worrying about damaging your rims and tires with an old-fashioned chain and pulley system.
Try it out and love your ride.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and asked yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. 1 minute on the clock here at the halftime break. Both teams starting to make their ways out of the locker room, and so they'll get a brief little warm-up period before we start play. 20-0 is the score. Del City on top of Booker T. Washington, and this is where we like to give a little bit of time to just give some shout-outs and say hellos. I'll say one that I always like to say, Gordy, is to anybody who cannot attend the games.
Right.
Whether you're in the military or whether it's due to your health, whatever the case may be, a special shout-out to you, and we appreciate you always tuning in. Gordy,
Definitely.
I know you got a couple you want to get.
Oh, I got a couple of people, Cole. Want to give a shout-out to my boy Casey Childs and the crew at Southern Glaziers. I know Casey Childs listened along. Great fan. Former athlete of the Middale School District, former football player, but definitely want to give a shout out and a thanks to all you guys out there watching and supporting the Del City Eagle High School football and us here at Oklahoma Sports Network, me and my boy Colt Fleetwood.
Just check the YouTube stream, and so we do have a couple. James Clapp says he's watching alongside with the Chargers and Chiefs game. I understand. Big game tonight there in the NFL. Also, Walter Franklin checks in. I would imagine probably related to the Walter Franklin on the field that we have here tonight. Says, let's go Eagles. Appreciate you both tuning in. If anybody else would like to chime in, we'd love to hear from you. They just put 3 minutes on the clock for these two teams to have, like I said, a warm-up period here before they start play. Referees are making their way to the field as well. 20-0, again, the score for Del City. And really the story for tonight has been Caleb Blackwolf and Ricklin Holmes.
Right.
They've been unstoppable. And then on the defensive end, Del City has not allowed Booker T. Washington to get in any kind of rhythm.
None whatsoever. Like I said, love what we're seeing from Gunter. Love what we're seeing from Black Wolf. Of course, the defensive line is shutting it down, but the offense of the Del City Eagles is just showing, like we talked about in the pregame, they're showing us a lot of swagger, Colt, and that's what I love to see is that confidence on both sides of the ball. These guys are even got an extra little bounce to them, and like you said before, they have a little glow to them as well. And as a coach, I know the coaching staff is just elated, when you get to see coming off of last week and what they're able to do this week compared to the athleticism on both sides as far as Del City and Booker T. Got a lot of athletes on the field, and Del City is actually proven today, that they are, the ones that they were last year.
Absolutely. And, Gordy, one more shout-out we need to give is, Jacoby Brosi has been a tremendous producer for Del City since I started. We started at the same time here at the Oklahoma Sports Network.
No doubt.
Back in 2019. I think he was a sophomore at that time or a freshman. I can't remember.
Right.
Sophomore. So I've watched him kind of grow up, which has been cool. I think, and he might even say he's watched me grow up, quite frankly. But it is cool. Now I'm getting to watch him train a guy.
Right.
And watching stepping into the role here, Del City baseball player. And you're a junior, right, Blake? Correct? Yep. We got Blake Unruh up here, and he is our new student producer. And I think he is looking to get into sports broadcasting at some point, and I think he's got a good future at it. Just listening to him talk, we've talked sports and in the breaks and stuff. He's a big Kansas State fan, and so we're excited to have him up here in the booth doing a great job producing. Just want to give a shout-out to him. And appreciate the job he does. Looking forward to watching him improve the same way Jacoby did. So got both of them up here. Cedric Brosi on the camera, always doing a wonderful job. And so about a minute left, less than a minute left. 40 seconds left till we start play here. Del City will receive the football. They will start with the ball first. Booker T started with it in the first half. So our second half sponsor, they'll be sponsoring both the third and the fourth quarter. It's our good friend over at Bobby Lewis Insurance. They have surprisingly great rates with 2 locations to serve you. One in Choctaw. You can give them a call at 405-281-6700. And then in Del City at 405-670-3665. Give Bobby Lewis Insurance a call. Just see what he can do. And maybe tell him what your rates are now. See if he can get you those surprisingly great rates. Give him a call at either location. See if they can hook you up. Those will be our third and fourth quarter sponsors for tonight. And again, that halftime sponsor was Madison's Country Cooking. This opening kickoff will be brought to you by the Del City Chamber of Commerce. The Del City Chamber of Commerce, of course, is the trusted resource for advocacy, education, and engagement to help you improve your business. All right, Gordy.
All right.
So now, let's see if Del City can pick up where they left off in the first half. For Booker T. Washington, if you're the coach, what are you saying in the locker room?
I'm saying let's not even get caught up in what happened on that first half, especially the first quarter. What we really got to do is just get back to basics. I think the thing with Booker T is they know that they have the athletes. They know that they have what it takes to move the ball to the end zone. The thing is they just are not really getting any push. So what I'm going to say to my offensive line is let's stay engaged. Let's kind of get upset. Let's get angry and use that, fuel is push to try to say if we can get some ball movement with these athletes that they have on the outside. They just got to really find a way to get those receivers the ball. They have they have the manpower, they have the depth that they need. What they just aren't able to do is really get a push on the ball. We seen it the last drive that they had. They're able to get a little bit more space and able to get a little bit more passes out and able to break away from some of those corners, but they just weren't able to complete a pass. Most of their completions have been short completions. So really what they got to do is kind of stick with the plan, really execute what they've been doing, but the main thing is to try to stop this defensive line from being so corrupt.
There's the opening kick. It is a really short kick that is received. Look at this. Received at the 35 to the 40, pushes forward to the 45-yard line. How about that? Aggressive catch by Demu Oku, the sophomore.
Good catch by Oku. I think he was even caught by surprise. I was a little caught off guard by that one. Not what I really would have started off at, but I think what Booker T is really trying to do is see if they could pin Dell City a little bit shorter, and like I said, trying to force them to keep the ball on the ground just a little bit.
Dell City offense now trying to looks like going to go back to that Wildcat formation with Black Wolf, and why not? It worked really well in the first half.
I agree.
And, boy, Dell City didn't have enough guys on the field, had to rush out there Quincy Hill. You don't like to see that to start the half. No harm, though. Black Wolf takes the snap, and, boy, as soon as he got the snap, he had a man in his face. Brought down for a loss, a big loss of about 6 back to the 39-yard line, brings up 2nd and 16.
Looks like they seen that one coming, called, just prepared, especially when you kind of coming into a play when you got an extra guy off the field and then you're trying to run and hurry up and get and execute that play. You really give them the defense enough time to really get themselves into position. And when you're running a play like the Wildcat, there's only a couple guys that you can key on. So I think they already knew where that run was going before the ball was even hiked.
Black Wolf going to line up as a receiver this time. Simmons back in the game at quarterback. Rickland Holmes in the backfield with him, having a little trouble getting the play in. 5 seconds on the play clock. Sending Holmes in motion, 1 second on the clock, takes the snap, flag down. They were trying to rush, and they got a false start penalty, backs him up another 5 yards. Not the start you wanted at all.
Not the start that you wanted.
Anytime that play clock's running down, it does two things, Gordy. It rushes your offense, causes those false start procedure penalties. The second thing it does is if you're throwing the ball, it lets those defensive backs pin their ears back and get the quarterback.
Definitely.
Almost gives you kind of like a like when you're running track.
Right.
It gives you the opportunity to know exactly when you got to start.
That's what I was thinking, called just almost like a signal, just a giveaway.
Yep. Second down and about 20, it looks like, for Dell City. Simmons hands it off to Rickland Holmes. Rickland Holmes has some room to the 45. Look at the speed by the big guy inside the 45-yard line, and it's going to be an Eagle first down.
Nice run. Nice breakout by Rickland Holmes. Able to break outside of that offensive tackle. Squeezed his body through a really small hole, able to break out to that right side. Great run by Rickland Holmes, and able to get the Dell City first down.
You never want to see anybody get shaken up, but every single time it seems like that Rickland Holmes gets a little bit of space and somebody has to tackle him. Somebody's coming up a little banged up.
He's bruising him. When you look at the guy just standing right next to him, you can see just, how athletically built he is, but he's issuing punishment out there.
This time it's Black Wolf. Good job by the Hornets defensively to be able to get in there and stuff that. Leading the pack was Jeremiah Perry. He's had a nice game defensively for the Hornets.
One thing you can see is that the Hornets are coming out with some sense of urgency when it comes to that defensive line. They're, coming off the ball really quickly. I think Dell City, the way they played in that first half, I think Dell City is a little bit caught off guard by the speed now of this defensive line. They're really actually penetrating a little bit more harder than they were in that first half.
Dell City quads to the far side. Josiah Chester by himself on the near side here. Two safeties high for Booker T. Simmons back to pass. Has time, throws over the middle into a tight window. Was trying to get that ball to Caleb Blackwolf. It falls incomplete brings up third down for the Eagles, 3rd and 9.
Quads to the left, all quads to the left. Of course, like we talked about before, Dale City has a lot of receivers that have speed on that side. Quarterback chose to go with that inside route, just a little bit covered up, just giving them a little bit more time to find those receivers that are open. But when you got quads to the side like that and you're kind of all running in the same direction, you're going to get a little bit of bunch.
You know, what you can do, I think, they're trying to find a way to get the ball to Josiah Chester. But the thing is, you've got two high safeties, and you've also got a linebacker who's kind of shading the middle here. On 3rd and 9, this might be your one opportunity where you might be able to find him, where you line up in the same formation here. Simmons back to pass, this time feeling pressure. It's a screen. They drew it up perfectly, and Quincy Hill does a good job to escape a couple tacklers to get to the 40. That'll give Dell City a chance at a 4th down possibly if they do decide to go for it, leading it 20-0. It's 4th down and 5. They need to get the ball to the 35-yard line. Coach Jones with a decision to make with 9:14 in the 3rd.
Nice decision to put the ball in Quincy Hill's hands. Try to go with that bubble screen with using those quads, using that same formation as the play before. Unfortunately, the backers just crashed down a little bit too quick on that one for him. Almost busted loose.
Dell City does appear like they'll go for it. Simmons and Black Wolf in the backfield. Walter Franklin to the far side of the screen. Josiah Chester to the near side. This play will get halted as Coach Jones will take a timeout to talk this one over. We'll take a timeout with them. 8:49 left to go in quarter number 3. Dell City on top 20-0 with a 4th down and 5 when we return on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Loading onto our conveyor belt is incredibly low stress and easy. The conveyor belt can fit vehicles up to 96 inches wide, so even dually trucks can fit. As you approach the tunnel, use the large red balls as a visual to guide you onto the belt. Slow your vehicle down and follow the prompts on the screen. No more worrying about damaging your rims and tires with an old-fashioned chain and pulley system.
Try it out and love your ride.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction.
Back with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 4th down and 5 for Dell City. 8:49 left to go in quarter number 3, leading it 20-0. Simmons in the gun by himself. Brings a man in motion from left to right. It's Black Wolf. Back to pass is Simmons. Looking down the middle. Now he's going to take off and run. He's going to have to lower his shoulder. He spins. I think he got there. It's going to be really close. That extra effort on the spin may have got him to the 35-yard line. And they are going to...
It's like they're going to move the sticks.
They're going to move it. First down, Dell City. How about that? Great run. Davion Simmons does a good job, steps into the pocket, gets the first down. You like to see that. You're kind of seeing a quarterback grow up right in front of your eyes here, Gordy.
I was just thinking that, Colt.
You know, he is last week, you could tell, both quarterbacks, the game was going pretty fast. This game, the game is slowed down for him.
Looks a lot more relaxed.
Now he's starting to build confidence. Black Wolf's going to take this one, and boy, the Hornets on it again. That's the second time in this half that the Hornets have been able to sniff out that Wildcat play.
Brought the all-out blitz on that one.
It's almost like now the Hornets have seen when 5's in there, now you just need to see which way they're lined up. Now, I will say, from what I've noticed, every single time that the strong side is where the Wildcat has gone for Dell City. So for Booker T, they've probably seen that as well from up top in the booth.
Definitely.
They've made the adjustments. 2nd down and 15 for Dell City as they'll need to get the ball to the Hornet 26 for a first down. 7:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3 receivers left for Simmons. 1 to the right. The Hornets showing a blitz here. Hands it off to Ricklin Holmes. That ran right into the blitz and was unable The Hornet was unable to bring down Ricklin. Ricklin does pick up a couple, gets it down to the 37-yard line.
Tough run. Defensive line able to get through a little bit again. Once that first play happened, they were able to get through on that one as well. Defense is pretty quick. They're getting a good step on the defense.
3rd and 12 for Del City. This is a play where Simmons, they have not taken a deep shot yet, Gordy. I don't think they have, quite frankly. I don't know if they have all season. I don't know if they did last week or not. This might be your one opportunity. There's only one high safety. If you want to go to Josiah Chester, this might be your one chance to do it. Simmons the snap, back to pass. Has time, looking, throws deep. Got a man open, overthrown. It was Black Wolf who he was trying to hit. And, boy, he had him. Black Wolf was open,
You're
just
right,
a little
Cole.
overthrown.
You're right. Great pass. Unfortunately, just a little bit overthrown. But you said it before, Dale City hasn't really had any deep balls go out this game or last game. They were able to try it there. Great play call. Unfortunately, not able to make that completion.
Now, this is interesting. 4th and 11. Del City keeping the offense out there instead of trying to pin Booker T deep. An aggressive play call here from Coach Jones in the 3rd quarter. Quads to the left. Back to pass is Simmons. Simmons throws over the middle. It is incomplete. He was trying to hit, looks like Black Wolf again. Black Wolf was trying to make a one-handed catch. Boy, he would have taken a big hit had he caught it. But I think the bigger thing is Josiah Chester was wide open here on the near side.
Wide open. I seen a little bit of frustration down there with Coach Jones. I think he really wanted him to go with that route, but decided to go with Black Wolf in the middle, which was actually a good read. Just unable to hold on to the ball on that one. You had kind of two safeties, like just really watching over the top. And I might be wrong on that one. That might have been Kate Johnson I was talking about.
That replay was brought to you by our good friends over at Triple Elite Screen Printing. You can find world-class designs and hot new styles at Triple Elite Screen Printing. My son's uniforms were made there at one point in time, so I know they do good work. I can vouch for them. Go check them out. If you need uniforms or whatever you need for screen printing, they're the guys to call. Booker T's offense on the field now. Let's see if they can get something going. They need some scores, and they need them quick. Some pre-snap movement here, getting a couple motions. 2 running backs in the backfield with Levi. Levi has time to throw. Clean pocket, one of the best pockets he's had all night, and he's able to get something out of it. Completed a pass for 9 yards up to the 46-yard line. Brings up 2nd and short.
Nice call. Nice pitch and catch. Able to, Kenyon Farley able to bring that one in. Like you said, probably the best pass of the night, or most protected pass of the night in the pocket by the quarterback, Brooks.
I think when Levi has time, he's been able to make some plays.
Right.
It's just been a matter of can they get him enough time to throw the ball down the field.
Yeah, there's only so many amount of seconds that Brooks is going to have to get rid of the ball. As you can see, he's trying to get the defensive line to move a little bit and get him off-centered a little bit. But
Booker T might take a shot right here. Instead going to throw one into the flat. It's Farley again. Good ball, good catch. First down, Booker T.
Again, nice catch by Farley.
2nd and short. That was one of the first times that Booker T's had that opportunity. Mm-hmm. That could have been an opportunity to take a shot. What goes into that thinking, Gordy? Is that a time when you're down 20-0 where you might want to take a shot?
I was wondering if, when you get a little bit conservative and you kind of get in your own head, you really don't want to, take those big risks when you can kind of see you're kind of nickel and diming your way down the field. It's almost like a safe bet for a coach to kind of stay within the comfort zone for the quarterback. That way he doesn't overload him too much and have that risk of throwing a pick.
Back to pass is Brooks. This time he's feeling pressure. He tried to get rid of it, but he just decided to take the sack instead. Basil Gunter on the sack. He's had a really good night defensively.
He really has.
2nd down and long coming up for the Hornets. I don't know that Basil was touched. He was able to come in there freely and make the play.
They decided to go. They doubled on both sides of the ball. As we can see, they try to get that ball out quick with a quick pass. Like we said, they really don't want to go deep because I guess they just really don't have that much time to throw it. But Brooks just a little bit too long. I said he went through almost untouched and able to come away with that quarterback sack.
Brooks back to pass again. Has a man open, this time to the near side. Good catch. Good job of avoiding the tackle. Getting upfield. It's a first down for the Hornets. Still running. Finally brought down at the 22-yard line. It's Micah Washington. Great job to get out in the flat and make a man miss and get upfield for a big first down. Biggest play of the night so far for Booker T.
Biggest play of the night. We can see they were trying to edge, get as much as they could on that edge, on that outside of the ball. Now we're able to finally find one of the receivers that has some speed, able to move the ball up the field really quickly.
Finally, some tempo for Booker T as well. This is what they want to do. 2 receivers to both sides. Back to pass again is Brooks. Del City unable to get pressure. Throws one to the end zone. Has a man open. It's intercepted! Josiah Chester with a great pick. He's going to bring it out. Gets a huge block from Black Wolf here on the near side. Josiah Chester brings it out to the 20. Same result as a touchback, but more than that interception, I thought that was a touchdown for sure, Gordy. Instead, he played the ball perfectly, and it's Del City football, 1st and 10 at the 20.
Black, great coverage by Chester. Like you said, Cole, we thought he had him burnt. We thought he had him out. We thought we had the guy. But, I mean, Chester got that hips around, got his head around really quickly. I mean, he just turned himself into a receiver, got those hands up quick and able to come away with the interception and a decent return after that. Great job and great coverage by Chester.
Man, what a great play. Josiah Chester, he's been wanting to get his name involved offensively. He just goes ahead and says, you know what, I'll do it on defense instead. So now he's in there on offense. Let's see if they can get him the ball. 1st and 10 from the 20. Showing blitz is Booker T. Hands it to Ricklin Holmes. Ricklin escapes a bunch of tacklers, gets out in space to the 30, and he is, maybe a horse collar, did not get the call. Picks up the first down to the 35-yard line. Great run for Ricklin Holmes.
Good job, good run on the outside. Like you said, Cole, I thought he had a little bit of that shoulder pad, must have got a little bit of that jersey, but once again, using that speed to break outside that edge, great carry by Ricklin Holmes.
Good block by the left tackle as well for Del City. That's number 52. That is Mark Bolt III, a sophomore. Boy, young offensive line in a couple positions for Del City. You like to see that. 1st and 10 to the 35. Simmons the snap. A little bit of a delayed handoff. Gives it back to Ricklin Holmes. Ricklin Holmes drives a couple defenders forward to the 41-yard line. You almost feel bad for anybody having to tackle Ricklin Holmes, especially as this game gets later with 3:28 to go in the third.
I like what I'm seeing from the offensive line from Del City. Before, the first possession that we had coming out of the half, the defensive line for the Hornets was the aggressor. But now, as you can see, the game is flipped a little bit now. You got hands on hips on the defense, and the Hornets, they're feeling a little bit of more pressure from the offensive line of Del City, so they're able to get a little bit more push. And so, like I said, if you can keep the ball on the ground and get a little bit more push, you can go ahead and push this game right on to the fourth quarter.
Del City has a receiver to the far side that's going to come in motion to the near side. It's Walter Franklin. Franklin on the near hash almost, lines up. Snap to Simmons, hands to Black Wolf. Black Wolf grabbed initially at the line of scrimmage, pushed his way forward to the 42. It'll be 3rd down and 3 for Del City. They need to get the ball to the 45.
Once again, deciding to keep it on the ground. Good run, decent run. I mean, they were able to get a couple yards on that carry.
It's a credit to the Hornets because you said it. I noticed it. Their hands on the hips. When you start seeing that as an offensive coordinator, what do you think, Gordy? Are you thinking let's just keep driving the ball right at them, or are you thinking, okay, this is where we take a shot?
Anytime I see hands on hips, I'm thinking I want to be as aggressive as possible. I want to use my quickness. I really want to get the snap off quicker. That way I'm kind of like catching him off guard. But, it's just one of those things where you just try to do as much as you can with that time of possession.
Oh, that's intercepted. Not sure what happened on that one. Good tackle, though, by one of the Del City receivers. I could not tell who made the tackle. I think that what happened, Simmons was intending to throw the ball to Walter Franklin.
Right.
And I think Franklin gave up on the route, or the ball was just airmailed over the head. I couldn't tell.
Right. And just like I was saying before, you want to try to do as much as you can with that time of possession. That way you don't rush yourself. But what we kind of seen is the quarterback kind of getting in a hurry just to try to get that first down. But when you got like I said before, when you got the defensive tire like that, you got hands on hips, you really got as much time as possible, but you really just want to get that ball off quick and keep it on the ground. Really, like I said before, you can throw it around a little bit, but as a quarterback, you really want to try to keep as much as far on the ground as you can. That way you try to kind of keep the defense just a little bit more off balance.
So it looks like we are going to get a TV timeout with 1:57 to go in the third quarter. 20-0 Del City. We'll take ourselves a quick timeout. We'll be right back on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. Minute 57 left to go in quarter number 3. Del City on top 20-0. Just made their first mistake as a turnover. Levi back to pass. Nice job. Good pocket presence. Steps up. Rolling right. Still has time to throw. Now he'll just go ahead and tuck it and run and get out of business. Good business decision.
Good business decision by Levi. Very poised in the pocket. I mean, he looks comfortable. He looks comfortable. Just not really a lot of space. Not really a lot of space to throw it. Not really a lot of space that these corners or these D-backs are giving up, letting these receivers loose. So great job by the Del City defense again.
With Levi Brooks, I give him a lot of credit. I think he's played fine.
Right.
I just think Del City's defense has done a great job defending the receivers.
I agree.
They've defended the run. They put pressure on Levi. I mean, there's not
really
a lot you can do. Yeah. I mean, you're just kind of doing what you can. And so he's made a couple throws when he's had time. The one interception here in the end zone, that was not a bad ball.
Just an athletic move by Chester on that one.
Back to pass again. Oh, look out. Here comes, guess who? Detective Rickland Holmes on the sack.
On the case. And just like we said, the quarterback, he was doing just fine, but there's really not a lot that you can do when you got Detective Holmes on the case. He was out. I mean, he, of course, untouched, but he came off that edge so fast.
It's third down and long coming up for Booker T. You have to be aggressive if you're the Hornets. This game's starting to run out of time when you need 3 scores.
Perfect crash by both defensive ends. Both sides, had really good line on the ball.
Del City giving a good cushion here in the secondary. Why wouldn't they? It's third and long. Brooks back to pass. His offensive line does a decent job giving him time. Now that time has ended, and he's sacked again.
Good job. Great job. Didn't quite see yet who came up with that sack, but defensive backs just had all the coverage. Every facet of the field was covered. The receiver just wasn't able to break out until late.
I believe Draquan Wright is the youngster who got the sack.
Great sack.
Fourth down, and for Booker T, they'll let the quarter run out. There was also a holding call that'll probably be declined, I would imagine, by Del City. So that'll do it for quarter number 3. Fourth down coming up for Booker T. Washington. It's fourth and a long way to go. They probably will punt it away, but we'll have to find out when we come back. We'll take another break on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Loading onto our conveyor belt is incredibly low stress and easy. The conveyor belt can fit vehicles up to 96 inches wide, so even dually trucks can fit. As you approach the tunnel, use the large red balls as a visual to guide you onto the belt. Slow your vehicle down and follow the prompts on the screen. No more worrying about damaging your rims and tires with an old-fashioned chain and pulley system.
Try it out and love your ride.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network for quarter number 4 of the first home game of the 2025 season for Del City. And I think they came back a little prematurely. I think we're still at a TV break, but that's okay. We're going to stay here. Booker T is going to punt. The punt unit's on the field. Nicholas Holmes and Caleb Blackwolf will drop back to return it. This fourth quarter and second half altogether has been brought to you by Bobby Lewis Insurance. Surprisingly great rates with 2 locations to serve you, one in Choctaw, one in Del City. Bobby Lewis Insurance.
Don't forget that tonight's game is simulcast on Cox Game Time as well as the
Boy, long time out here.
All right, here we go.
Del City has not tried to block a punt yet tonight. Let's see if they try here. Nope, they will not, but there's going to be a whistle before the snap. I don't know that the referees were in position.
It looked like they weren't.
Like the umpire.
I don't even think we had a line judge on the other side of the field.
No, I don't think so. And the umpire was just about to get run over.
I see.
I think he was the one. Yeah, you're right, Gordy, the line judge on the far side. I don't know. I think he was getting a drink of water.
He's like, the game's on?
If you've ever officiated sports, you've been in that situation. I've been there. It's not fun.
Not fun. There's no breaks. There's no breaks.
Snap back. Plenty of time to kick it. Best punt of the night for the young punter for Booker T. Black Wolf does a good job of catching it. He's off and running to the right side. Look out. Black Wolf is loose to the 50, 40, 35, 30. Punter to beat. Puts a move on him. Black Wolf. Touchdown, Del City.
To the house by Mr. Caleb Blackwolf.
Maybe an explanation point on this one.
I mean, this guy's just having a heck of a night, Cole.
Yeah, we may not have a lot of trouble picking our Robert Kalsu Legacy Group player of the game.
I don't think so. Having a great game, especially after last week. I know he was just, ready to get in that end zone. The way he was running, he was determined to get in that end zone tonight.
That move that he put on the punter was
goodness gracious.
Perfect. Fake to the inside and took it along the boundary all the way to the end zone. Jordan Ellie going to go ahead and try to attempt the point after. He's 2 for 3 tonight. Line drive kick, no good. Didn't get that one. He didn't kick that one clean. So he misses that one. 26-0 our score. Quick break. We'll be right back with 11:42 left in the fourth quarter on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rollovers.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call us. This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Back live on the Oklahoma Sports Network as Del City is up 26-0. And Gordy, let's go ahead and get a scoring recap here from that Caleb Blackwolf punt return touchdown.
What a touchdown by Caleb Blackwolf. So we'll bring you this scoring recap. We got a score of 26-0. And the scoring recap is brought to you by Madison's Country Cooking. So for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, this week come in to Madison's Country Cooking at 4747 Southeast 29th Street in Del City. And you say the code word first down and receive a 10% discount off all purchases. Again, the word is first down. And the place to be is Madison's Country Cooking.
And now a Del City Chamber of Commerce kickoff from Rickland Holmes. A end-over-end kick that bounces at the 16-yard line, straight into the hands of the return man for Booker T. Up the middle, clean hole. Nice job by Walter Franklin. Actually, he looked like he got a hand on the football and almost stripped it loose.
He tried to strip it out.
Came close. Good return nonetheless for Booker T. Washington. They'll have the ball at the 43-yard line, their own 43. 11 and a half left to go in the ball game.
Great return by 5. Looks like they were trying to get a little bit of revenge on that return, but nothing doing. Del City defense coverage stops them again.
Now for Booker T. Washington, you have to wonder at this point, you have a long way to go. You're not in district play yet. Do you put a different quarterback in the game here to try to protect Levi Brooks? Because you're going to need Levi to get going, and I think that's exactly what they're going to do.
You're right on point, Cole. Right on point.
They're going to go with Max Houston at quarterback. Let's see what Max can do. He's got 3 receivers to the right. Ball goes right between his legs. Look out! And he does a great job corralling it, picks it up. Now look at him. He's got some wheels. He'll dive forward and get it back to the 36-yard line. Houston, pretty athletic-looking kid.
Pretty fast, pretty quick. Not the way you want to start off with the snap. Unfortunately, they started him off on a bad note, but he didn't give up on the play. He tried to get as much yards out of that dead ball as he could.
Now, I got to tell you, it says on my roster here for them that Max Houston is number 11 and that he's only 5'5". He looks bigger than 5'5".
He looks bigger than that.
165-pound freshman.
Really?
Tell you what, he looks bigger than that. Nonetheless, he, if that's correct, Max Houston, the quarterback, looked like he had some wheels.
Young kid.
Hands it off, up the middle. Good run. Gets it back close to the initial line initial line of scrimmage. Brings up 3rd down and 11. And this is a tough spot for a quarterback, a young freshman quarterback in Max Houston, because it's 3rd and long. And you know the Del City pass rushers are just absolutely chomping at the bit to get in there.
At the bit. You got to see. You can see the ears pinned back. Those first couple of plays, you can see Holmes and Black in the backfield. Just super quick. But before you get playing against a young offense here with the Hornets, it just seems like they're just trying to get anything that they can off. You know, this is almost just like practice for these guys, just trying to get some extra reps in.
Snap back. Houston looking, throws deep. Nice spiral, tight spiral, overthrown. Boy, nice looking arm, though, on the quarterback.
Looking to be aggressive. I like it. You know, you're looking to be aggressive, trying to see what your young guy has. Receiver's able to get a little bit more space. Just a little bit overthrown on that one.
You can definitely tell there's some talent, though, in that quarterback. He's got some good legs. He runs pretty well. And that ball looked like he's got a good arm as well.
Right.
So maybe Booker T. Washington has a guy of the future.
We know one thing about Booker T. They always going to have some guys coming. That's one thing. They usually keep some depth.
Yeah. Well, after this punt, I'll let you kind of talk about. You were naming off some of the guys that have played in the NFL. So after this punt, we'll actually let you go into that just to talk about the history at Booker T. Washington. Oh, it's a bad snap. Punter's in trouble. He just kicks it straight out of bounds. Rickland Holmes, I think, was coming after him. Is that who it was?
It was.
And, man, I don't blame him. I probably would have done the same thing.
He's being a bit of a disruptor today, and I like that out of Holmes for sure.
Back-to-back pretty rough punts for Dylan Carpenter. The last punt was actually a great punt. It was nothing to do with him. He just unfortunately had to try to tackle Caleb Blackwolf in open space and was unable to do it. That time has a bad snap and looks up, and he's got Rickland Holmes, the New Mexico Lobo commit, coming right at him, and he was able to somehow kick it and kicked it straight towards the Del City coaches. So Del City has it at the 30. Good field position. Davion Simmons in at quarterback. Rickland Holmes still in the game here with 9:50 to go, up 26-0. I would imagine that might not last much longer either. Man in motion from right to left. Boy, Hornet came off the line quick, but too quick as Rickland Holmes goes through the line, past the 25 to the 23-yard line, making a gain of 7.
Ooh, great pulls by the offensive line, able to open up that hole for Holmes. I mean, great run. You can't really, say enough about Holmes, but what I really like from that offensive line is just the pull, able to open that hole up. I mean, it's just really the smaller things, Colt, that you kind of notice when you get into the facets of the game like this. I mean, you can't really ask for a better block from that offensive line.
Man, I got to tell you, there was a couple players chirping down here near the Del City sideline, and it was Walter Franklin was one of them. The Del City coaches are letting him have it.
That's something you don't want to do.
Hands it to Blackwolf. Blackwolf gets the first down inside the 20, down to the 17-yard line. No, and that's something that this coaching staff, it kind of goes back to what Coach Dunn had started here at Del City.
Right.
My dad graduated from Del City in the 70s, and so for me, I grew up coming to these games, and there was a point where we stopped going to games because it just seemed like the teams, and I don't want to mention what years, but it just seemed like the discipline was lacking.
Right.
And when I started here in 2019, I wasn't sure how that was going to look. And the discipline has been from that point to now. I can only judge it. It has just been a total different culture here at Del City, and that's why right there.
I totally agree, Cole. Totally agree.
Hand off to Blackwolf. Blackwolf up the middle. The Hornets really struggling to bring him down. Gets it to the 6-yard line, down to the 5. It'll be 1st and goal for Del City, which is in the red zone for our red zone sponsor. It's bail bonds by Tamra.
Ooh, another good run by Blackwolf. But we'll give our red zone bail bonds by Tamra. So, have you missed the ball on paying a ticket? Call bail bonds by Tamra at 405-200-5110. 15-plus years of serving the community. Once again, that's bail bonds by Tamara. So if you've missed your bail bonds, make sure and call Tamara at 405-200-5110.
Blackwolf again the carry. This time not a lot going. Tried to go to the left of his left guard, was unable to get much room. Second and goal at the 5.
Look like they're trying to get Black Wolf in for one more score to tighten off and cap the night for him.
Yeah, now it looks like they might actually go with that Wildcat to get Black Wolf another score. At some point, Gordy, it wouldn't surprise me at all if Del City is using this Wildcat formation if you don't see a pop pass. Not tonight, but maybe at some point if they need it. Black Wolf, the direct snap, takes it to the right side, and he is no signal yet. Might be just shy. Still no signal.
Still no signal.
Yeah, they're going to mark him short.
All right.
It'll be 3rd and goal inside the 1-yard line. I would imagine you see that same exact play. Just depends if you want to run it to the right or to the left.
Good use of the Wildcat again. I mean, giving the ball to Black Wolf, you on the money man tonight.
Rickland Holmes to his right. That's going to be his lead blocker. And trying to get a little tush push almost. And I think the second effort got it. Touchdown. Caleb Black Wolf yet again.
All right. All right.
And then you know what, Gordy, I think you can say goodnight to this one as Del City just takes a commanding 33-0 lead. Excuse me, 32-0 lead.
Great job. Great job by the offense tonight.
Let's see if Del City can get the extra point. This is something they'll need to improve on as the season goes on, and I think they will.
One thing I've seen about earlier, no pun intended, he had a great leg. It's just the accuracy. This kid, but the kid, he can kick.
One of them was, I think, maybe a bad snap or a bad hold. So this one is a clean snap, clean hold, and he missed it left. But, boy, he did. He got a hold of it. He kicked it well that time. He's upset with himself.
He's upset with himself. You can see, got the leg power.
We'll go ahead and stay here. We're not going to take a break. 32-0 Del City on top with 6 minutes and 35 seconds left. Want to give one more shout-out to Bobby Lewis Insurance, our second-half sponsor. Also want to give a shout-out to our first-half sponsor yet again from Whataburger. And just reminder again that if you go after the game, just make sure and tell them that Del City sent you with the Oklahoma Sports Network. What a guy is what you got to tell them. That's the mascot. What a guy. If you tell them that, you're going to get a free fry with any purchase at the Midwest City location on 15th Street. Just remember that. Only the Midwest City location. And so also getting ready to have another kickoff, which is brought to you by the Del City Chamber of Commerce. And our scoring recap, another Caleb Black Wolf touchdown. And that is brought to you by Madison's Country Cooking. And again, if you go to Madison's Country Cooking and you just tell them the code word first down, you'll receive 10% off of all purchases. Again, first down is the code word. And Caleb Black Wolf and Madison's Country Cooking, they're going to be pretty good friends by the end of this season. I think they might have to feed Caleb a free meal at some point.
I think he deserves a couple of free meals the way he's performing tonight. Great job by Caleb Black Wolf.
You know, it is kind of weird. I just got a text from my dad. Last year, Del City lost to Edmond Memorial 35-0.
Right.
This year, lost to Edmond Memorial 35-0. Last year, Del City beat Booker T. Washington 33-0. Right now, the score 32-0. Kind of weird.
Very ironic. Very ironic.
Rickland Holmes set to kick this one away with 6.5 to go. Another good little poke there, which will be received at the 18-yard line. Couple Hornets almost ran into each other on the return. Nicholas Holmes there to make the tackle at the 15-yard line. Good coverage yet again by Del City, staying in their lanes.
Staying in their lane. Once again, just the speed of the coverage team, not giving any room or any daylight to these returners, and they've been doing the same thing on defense tonight. So, once again, great job by the defenders.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm actually kind of looking forward to seeing what this freshman quarterback can do again.
Right.
I enjoy seeing freshmen get in and opportunity to play. Last year, you know, it's one of those things for Del City. It was tough because Cash Kortner was a great quarterback for Del City last year. He was a sophomore. He's now at Norman. But there was like this excitement every time Sincere Overton got in the game, and it was maybe unfair to Cash. It's always unfair. It's like, you know, Texas with Quinn Ewers, Arch Manning.
Right.
Obviously, there's been situations with Drew Bledsoe, Tony Romo. You know what I'm saying? But
just different
when
looks.
a freshman comes in, everybody gets excited. And I think for Booker T, if you're a Booker T Washington fan, you have to be excited to see a freshman come into the game to see what the future looks like.
Gives you that hope, to say the least.
But this is Levi Brooks back in the game, so much for all that as Brooks throws it away to the left side. I am a little surprised he's back in the game. I guess to an extent, we have to remember, we said it last week, we have to be fair. When Emma Memorial beat Del City, we said, it's not the end of the world. It's a non-district game. Same thing for Booker T. It's a non-district game.
It could be the same for Brooks. It could be the same.
Yeah. Try to get better, learn from it. Yep.
But it looks like they're rotating out their receivers. I mean, they're, almost as far as the roster size. Del City has a little bit more on the roster than they do, but they do have some depth at each position.
Try to run a little shuffle pass to the near side. Not much going. It was Michael Washington, one of their impact players. Maybe picked up a yard. Brings up 3rd down and 9. 6 minutes left to go. Basil Gunter again on the tackle. Man, he's had a heck of a night too. He would probably be in second place for that Player of the Game award.
Heck of a defensive performance by this gentleman tonight.
And I'll bet you he probably gets him one at some point in time. 3rd and 9 here for Booker T. The Hornets would like to try to sustain some kind of drive here. Pressure coming. Picked up by the Hornets. Throws it out into the near flat. Ball was low. Still should have been caught, but even if the ball had been caught, it was nowhere near the first down. Tried to get that to Jacqueline Jackson. It'll be 4th down, and the Hornets will yet again punt.
Definitely want to give some shots out to the defensive coordinator for the Del City Eagles tonight. I mean, not a lot of schemes going on. He didn't really have to scheme. He's just using the great coverages and calls that he's, putting these players in the perfect position to, make these stops. And, of course, like I said, the Del City Eagles just have so much speed. They're just not giving any room or daylight to any of these receivers or these backs.
Jarvis Kelly is the defensive coordinator. And he is really becoming an elite coordinator.
Great coach.
At the 5A level. Black Wolf again. Boy, takes his time, navigates past midfield. Now he's going to backpedal. Look at this. Look out. Black Wolf is loose to the 50. Can he get a block to the 40? 35-30. 25. Gets a block. 20, 15. Cuts it back. Are you kidding me? Touchdown, Black Wolf. Oh!
Amazing. What can you say? I mean, the patience that was just shown on that one run alone, cutting across the field, using every block that you could think of, hiding behind each blocker. Caleb Blackwolf, I mean, super impressive. I didn't know if that was Devin Hester out there or not, but, I mean, using those blocks, I mean, geez, can't say enough about this kid. Blackwolf having a game of a lifetime tonight.
Man, what an impressive night. We've seen some impressive ones. We've seen LaDainian Fields. We've seen Rodney Fields. Caleb Blackwolf putting on a show tonight.
Just the patience called. I mean, taking his time, each block, each, crevice on that field that he was hitting just on that one run, starting and stopping, using that speed, slowing down, kind of using the speed to break up. Oh, my gosh, like I said before, one of the best runs that I've seen in high school football, and definitely the best run I've seen of the night by Caleb Blackwolf.
38-0. Del City over Booker T. Washington. We'll take a quick break. This will be a real quick one on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Download our free apps on Apple and Android devices. Plus, find us on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV. Search Oklahoma Sports Network and watch from anywhere.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network as Rickland Holmes is just about set for a Del City Chamber of Commerce kickoff. Want to remind everybody again, 38-0 our score. Caleb Blackwolf with another touchdown. The scoring recap brought to you by Madison's Country Cooking. And also want to remind you to, again, if you haven't already, download the Oklahoma Sports Network app on your Roku device, Apple device. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram, X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it. I still call it Twitter. Follow it on whatever. Make sure you stay in touch with the Oklahoma Sports Network. We offer more than one school, all 3 Mid-Del schools, all the Lawton schools. We also have Bethany, Newcastle, Walters, Jones, multiple great schools. You can go and catch for free, on demand, high school football games that the Oklahoma Sports Network picks up. Rickland Holmes with 5 minutes to go kicks it off. High end over end kick yet again. He's done a nice job tonight. Returned at the 20. Running to the far side. Has a little bit of room, does the Hornet. Gets it to the 40 and takes himself out of bounds. It was Damari Sells on the return. I think that's the first time he touched the football tonight. Nice return by him. Man, I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit, Gordy.
Well, I mean, we kind of had to holler just a little bit, but I'm just still kind of blown away by that punt return. Jesus.
It was impressive. I mean, he's had a couple big ones tonight. And, Caleb Blackwolf, as a freshman, he was at El Reno, and he was a 1,000-yard rusher then. And so I'm not surprised. I was excited when I found out he was coming to Del City. And, the things he's done. His dad, from what I understand, was a pretty good football player, a lineman from what I understand, and he was really good. So no surprise there.
I did not know that.
So the Hornets offense will come back out with 4:49 left to go. Hand off to the left side. Gets that ball to, looks like that was McKiley Collier, I think is who that was. On the carry, his first carry of the ball game. Clock is running down under 4.5 minutes to go. Our player of the game tonight, we'll get more into it. We'll say it again, but it's going to be Caleb Blackwolf. And it is brought to you by the Robert Kalsu Legacy Group, whose mission is to preserve and promote the incredible and inspiring story of Del City's Robert Kalsu, a true All-American hero. Handoff again to the left side. First down for Booker T. That's Collier again. Good run. Collier's come in with a little juice.
A little speed on that guy there.
Del City starting to sub in. Maybe a couple guys potentially on defense. Can't tell for sure. I know one guy that's in the ball game I can see is Brenton Allen, number 75. Number 28, he's been in the game all night. He's had a nice night, actually, keeping things inside of him. Jordan Wiley at defensive end. 65, Noah Watkins, a sophomore, also in the ball game. Doing a good job on the front. Del City has won the line of scrimmage tonight. Brooks back to pass. Quick pass into the flat. Good tackle in space. Nothing doing there. Looks like it was Nicholas Holmes on the tackle.
Nicholas Holmes?
Nope.
Blackwolf again.
Forgive me.
He's everywhere, Cole. He's everywhere.
Checking into the game for Del City is number 26, Alex. I hope I say his last name correctly. Alex Wathan, I assume. We'll get that corrected in the off week. Forgive me, folks. Good to see him in the game. He's a sophomore. A lot of young players for Del City. You love to see that.
Definitely.
Handoff up the middle. Big run. Nice tackle by Caden Johnson. Close to a first down to the 38-yard line. Needed the 37. Best drive of the night.
Nice run by the tailback.
Little under 2.5 left to go in the ball game. 38-0 our score. If you're just now joining us, it's pretty much been all Del City from beginning to end. There's not really been a lot of doubt in this football game from the time we started. Booker T went 3 and out on their first possession, and Del City scored on their very first offensive possession from there, and it's just been in a kind of a avalanche for Del City tonight as they poured it on. Another run up the middle, I think enough for the first down for Booker T. Washington. It is. They'll move the sticks. 1:50 left in the ball game. Gordy, we might go ahead and start sending you down there for an after-the-game interview.
Sounds good. I think I know who the guy's going to be. He just made another tackle.
Jacoby will get you a trophy here set up. We've got those set up for Caleb Blackwolf. This is going to be Caleb's second time winning the award. Won one last season, won one this season. Of course, each player can only win one season, but Blackwolf going to get his second as an Eagle, which is awesome. And he's still a young player as well. Brooks back to pass this time. Going to throw it deep into tight coverage. It's incomplete. Good coverage out there. Nicholas Holmes, one of the guys in coverage. It's a long ways away. Having a hard time seeing who the other Eagle is out there. I'll catch a number here in a moment. 1:13 to go in the ball game. Yeah, I'm finally at that age, 31 years old, where I've always pretty much seen 20/20, and I'm just now finally at that age. Blake, you'll understand when you get there someday. Eyesight just kind of starts to get a little bit worse. This is one of those moments where I'm realizing it. So forgive me, I could not see that number from the far side of the field. Second down here. Going to be a handoff to the right side. Lots of room here for Booker T. Nice move. First down to the 22-yard line. Booker T doing a good job. Washington on the carry. Under a minute to go in the ball game. It's a running clock. Not going to stop it while they set the chains. Del City checking in a couple different players into the game. Number 10, Cameron Digert, comes into the game for Del City. Another handoff up the middle. This might have a chance to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Booker T. They will not get shut out tonight. It'll be a touchdown for, I believe, Washington. No, Elijah Hill on the carry. Touchdown, Booker T. 35 seconds to go, and the Hornets are on the board. They can build off that, potentially, going into next week. Of course, Del City has Midwest City on their radar now, as they'll start looking ahead now. You know, that's always a tough thing, too. And I think Del City, the way they've been able to handle Midwest City, you know, within the last 5 to 6 years, they've really done a good job taking care of that. Extra point up and good. They've done such a good job taking care of business against Midwest City that I don't think it's a problem to look ahead to that game like it used to be. It's still a big rivalry, don't get me wrong. But I think Del City has just taken control of that rivalry so much so that they didn't have to worry about looking ahead. And they came in tonight and took care of business after a tough loss last week. Again, it is odd that last season it's almost in deja vu, if you will, because last season Del City lost 35-0 week 1 to Memorial, did it again this year, and then turned right back around and put it on Booker T. Washington pretty good, as this rivalry game has been kind of going a little bit towards the Eagles sideline now. So here in just a little bit, Gordy's heading down to the sideline. He's going to get a post-game interview with Coach Robert Jones. He'll also get an interview, hopefully, with Caleb Blackwolf, the Robert Kalsu Legacy Group Player of the Game. Jacoby Brosi joining me here again at producer. So once this game ends, we'll take a quick break, and then we'll come back from the break, and that's where we'll have that interview. So don't go anywhere. We want to thank all of our sponsors tonight for all they do for the Oklahoma Sports Network and Del City football. I want to thank you at home for always tuning in. We appreciate it. We appreciate the feedback that we get. We get a lot of texts throughout the game. We always enjoy getting those texts. Gordy's been getting some. And if you're a Booker T. Washington viewer, we appreciate you tuning in. I know the game didn't go your way tonight, but looks like to me you've got a football team that can still compete. And last season, of course, lost a game similar to what they lost tonight to Del City. So they can bounce back. They bounced back and won 9 straight afterwards last season, and I anticipate something similar happening this season for the Hornets. A good football team over there, well coached. Looks like the Chargers are in the NFL on top of the Chiefs 20-12. Going into the fourth quarter, Kansas City has the ball at their own 40.
Remember, Del City's varsity is off next week.
Now, our PA announcer, Michael Stewart, just reminded everybody in the stadium, including myself, that next week Del City is off. It'll be an off week, and then in a couple weeks they'll have Midwest City right here from Robert Kalsu Stadium. So looking forward to that. Del City will most likely be taking the knee. Davion Simmons, how about this? You know, this youngster did not start last week, was the second-string quarterback, started this week, played really well tonight, 1 interception, but for the most part took care of the football, controlled the offense, really did a nice job back there. Good for Simmons as he'll take the snap, go ahead and hand it off up the middle, catch the number on who took the carry, dragging the pile past the 25 to the 27-yard line. Carry was by number 15 for Del City. That is Damu Oko. He's a sophomore. And I think that will be our last play of the game. Just to make sure, yes, last play of the game. Del City, the final, 38. Booker T. Washington 7. Huge win for Del City. They now move to 1-1 in non-district and will have a week off before preparing for their rivals in Mid-Del, the Midwest City Bombers from Robert Kalsu Stadium. When we come back, we're going to take a quick break. We'll have on the field Gordy Jones with head coach Robert Jones and player of the game Caleb Blackwolf when we return on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Loading onto our conveyor belt is incredibly low stress and easy. The conveyor belt can fit vehicles up to 96 inches wide, so even dually trucks can fit. As you approach the tunnel, use the large red balls as a visual to guide you onto the belt. Slow your vehicle down and follow the prompts on the screen. No more worrying about damaging your rims and tires with an old-fashioned chain and pulley system.
Try it out and love your ride.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
If you've been in a wreck, don't hesitate to call.
This is why you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
When you call our firm, you're going to get one of us, not some paralegal or office manager.
Most lawyers, they take more money than their clients. Most of the time, a lot more.
We don't, and we guarantee it. Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes, call Rob and Will.
At Tommy's Express Car Wash, we know how to love your ride. Try the Works Wash with our signature 14-step cleaning process, engineered to shine and shield your car from the elements. From breaking down dirt and bugs with our Detox Pre-Wash to restoring your vehicle's finish with our ceramic body wax. Give your car the best with our Top Wash. Then complete the clean with free vacuums and mat washers. Download our app and get your first 30 days of the works for free. Tommy's Express. Love your ride.
Last year, 35% of all auto accident deaths were rolling.
spot, you need our number in your phone. This could be you.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. Colton Fleetwood, Gordy Jones, Jacoby Brosi, Cedric Brosi, and Blake Unruh. We're getting ready to say good night to everybody, but first we're going to get an interview from head coach Robert Jones, and then Caleb Blackwolf will also get an interview with as well and get him his Robert Kalsu Player of the Game Legacy Group trophy. They present us with such nice trophies for these players, and it really is a treat. And, last season I got to present it to the players, and it was always such an honor for me to do that. Number one, because of who's on that trophy, Robert Kalsu. And, if you don't know the story, look up the story. It will be worth your time. There's a YouTube documentary about it where Barry Switzer actually talks in there. Steve Owen talks in there. There's a lot of great people, and I really cannot recommend it enough. So make sure you check that out. Looks like Gordy is ready with Coach Jones, so they're going to walk up here and get a little closer for our camera. Camera's following them there, as you can see. Coach Jones coordinating the traffic. Appreciate that. All right, Gordy, we'll let you go ahead and take it away.
All right. Gordy Jones here with the Oklahoma Sports Network with the great, esteemed Coach Robert Jones. I mean, hey, great job, Coach, tonight. Great victory. What's the first thing you want to say tonight?
It's tough losing around here.
Mm-hmm.
We built the standard to where we went the last 4 or 5 years. To be able to come out here after a week last week with all the expectations we had in the year, all year, coming into the year, and you number 2 team in the state. And I think that team is still going to be state championship or competing for it. To come out here and get that kind of victory, it's a testament to what our program's about. We have CDEP on the back of our jerseys, and that's what it's about. It was tough all week. We were reading all the newspaper clippings. Everybody thought that we would have a down year after the one loss, but I knew we had a good team. I just knew that we didn't have the best outing. So this is Del City, and I still feel like we felt pretty sloppy tonight. So like I told the young man, imagine what we could be like once we put offense, defense, and special teams all together. I think it's going to be a really special team.
Right. What do you want to take from this game? Like you said, everybody thought it's the end of the world when you lose in week 1. When you come out like this in week 2, you just see the swagger and the confidence of these guys. So what do you think about going into the next week?
Well, it kind of takes when you get hit in your mouth like you did last week, you kind of find out what you're made of. Because, you still got to show up every day. And I kind of felt the boys all week. They just didn't have that swagger. They felt, you start to lose that confidence, since I've been here, we're 43-8. So they're not used to losing. But I told them this is how you become a man. You have to look in the mirror. Even our coaches, we got our coach last week. I'm the head coach, so it starts with me. So we looked in the mirror. We had some long practices. We got after it all week, good on good. And it showed tonight. I knew that in order to beat them, we had to be the most physical team in the trenches. And then our best players had to step up. Blackwood made some big plays. Rickland had some good sacks. So our best players made plays, and that's how we're going to get wins this year.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Great performance by you guys. And like you said, Coach, these players are just the definition of your demeanor, the tenacity, the toughness. It's just everything about Robert Jones that I know he's showing in this team right now tonight, Coach. So great performance by you, great performance by the coaching staff, great performance by the players. Looking forward to next week against Midwest City. Going in next week against Midwest City, is there anything that you will do differently that you're going to do?
Well, actually, thank God. So we get a bye, we can clean some stuff up. We got to get the O-line a little bit better. Like I said, we got 3 sophomores. We had one get injured tonight. We got to get Rickland running a little bit harder like he was the first week. And our quarterback can't turn the ball over. That's 4 interceptions in 2 weeks. We can't have turnovers. Defense played stout tonight, so we got to continue to improve there. I just want to continue to keep improving week in, week out. And now we got 2 weeks to prepare for our arch rival, so we're really looking forward to it.
Right, get you some rest. Get
Absolutely.
those screws tightened up a little bit. Great job tonight, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
How are you?
And now we'll try to get Caleb Blackwolf here.
And we'll now go on to our player of the game, Mr. Caleb Blackwolf.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Blackwolf. Oh, man, I can't say enough about your performance tonight. When you woke up this morning, what was you thinking?
It's a big game for us. Trying to go 1-1 tonight, but trying to get this win on our minds at our home crowd.
Right. I mean, coming off of last week, Caleb, I mean, you did everything that you could to, help this team out. I mean, you guys grinded it out tough, showed a really good, tenacity, showed really good toughness against a team like Evan Memorial. But the way you guys came out today, I mean, like Coach Jones and I talked about, you guys had that swagger, you guys showed that toughness. But talking about you individually on both sides of the ball, just able to perform, able to, do it from the first quarter all the way into the fourth quarter. When you talk to young guys or other players like yourself, what is the motivation that you give them to come out and give a performance like you were able to do today?
Man, just keep your head down, keep grinding. Trust your family in the process, and trust those who's going to be around you to help you around.
I like it. Anything that you want to say, any shout-outs that you want to give to anybody special tonight?
My mama, my sister, my family, they all came out to support me tonight, and I appreciate them coming out to show love for me.
Well, we're going to present you with tonight's Player of the Game, brought to you by Robert Calsu.
Thank you.
I mean, well deserved. One of those last, the last run, the punt return, the patience that you've shown, following the blocks, I mean, everything like that. Can you give me something that, to put me inside your mindset of somebody who's carrying the ball as much as you're carrying the ball? Just give me just a little bit of a vision on anything that you're thinking about and what you're seeing when you're on that ball field.
Man, what I see is all my teammates trying to do everything they can for me to go get us on the board.
Right.
But on that play, they all held up just right there, so I had to put it backside, and we went to go score.
I like it. Caleb, once again, great performance by you tonight. Great performance by the rest of the Del City Eagles. You guys got a week off for rest. So is there anything that you want to focus on going into this next week?
Man, just watch film, practice more. But we just got all of us going to stick together, and we're going to get this next win for us.
That's the best way to do it.
Yes,
Caleb, I thank you for your time. Congratulations on a great performance tonight. Back to you. Thank you. Oklahoma Sports Network, Gordy Jones.
All right, Gordy. Thank you, sir. Good interviews down there. Thank you to Caleb Blackwolf, Coach Jones, for always giving us the time. Again, Caleb Blackwolf, the Robert Calsu Legacy Group Player of the Game. Unbelievable performance by him, one that I won't soon forget. The couple punt returns that I saw tonight were outrageous, just unbelievable plays. So Del City 38, Booker T. Washington 7. Del City advances to 1-1 through non-district and have a week off before they play their arch rivals in the Midwest City Bombers, who are actually going to fall to 0-2 tonight after losing to Carl Albert in a blowout fashion. I don't think Midwest City has scored a point yet this season, so once they play Del City, they'll be hungry as well. That'll be a fun game. You won't want to miss it. It'll be right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Thank you again for everybody for tuning in. Until 2 weeks from now, it's so long, everybody, on the Oklahoma Sports Network.